and we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie Jusdue is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. Jusdue be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel is just embarrassing. My dog just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies that then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Due, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good with the family? It's your boy. We back to get boxing. It's Jusdue. Y'all know how we do over here. Good Tuesday to the fam. How y'all feeling? Y'all catch this on the playback. Y'all already know. Sub to the channel. Smash that like button. And come be a part of this here grind, a part of this here conversation. Come talk to your boy. But we back again on a good Tuesday, man. You know, back for another boxing conversation. And, you know, this is more so the aftermath after the fight. You know, the conversations was going to extend far past the actual fight. But this one right here is not so much about, you know, who won and who lost as much as it's about, you know, these fair weather fans. And sometimes the biggest criticisms and critiques come from guys that participated in the same sport. The reason I say that is because you would think a guy like, you know, Antonio Tarver, you know, he participated in the sport. He knows just how hard it is to be successful, and to make it seem like it's almost as if he made it seem like Derrick James is like some type of hyped up trainer or something. That, you get what I'm saying? That's not really who people said he was. And I just think that's BS. I hate the fact that, you know, in this sport, you know, people change like the weather, man. And it's sad to see like his biggest critiques, and it's not constructive criticism. It's not, you know, my problem with people is, you know, when something go wrong, or, you know, in sports, you take a loss, people go right into the finger pointing and looking for somebody to point the finger at, when, you know, understanding how to hold yourself accountable is understanding, you know, when you do that, nobody has to point the finger. Don't nobody have to be blamed for anything. You get what I'm saying? Errol Spence and Derrick James, they win as a team, and I'm pretty sure they took this loss as a team. You get what I'm saying? It's not a matter of, oh, hold Derrick James accountable and he got to get some flack for this and that. That's obvious. You get what I'm saying? He holds himself accountable for them coming up short, and he said they'll be back. They're gonna learn, they'll recover, they'll get better. You know what I mean? And they'll be back. But Antonio Tarver, you know, he has some interesting words. I'm gonna play this little clip, but then I think I found a whole little small interview that he did with Radio Raheem, and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna play for y'all what he said, and y'all know how we do. We just gonna break it down, man. But let me say what's up to the fam. Will, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Facts, it's still Team Spence all day. Win, lose, or draw. Miss Joette, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Mike Kirkland, my bro, what's good with it, Mike? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through Zoom Verse, my Brody. Peace and blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? A1 Hoop Zone, what's good with it, fam? What's good with it, my bro? Ashley's Corner, what's good, cuz up? How you feeling? Miss Jusdue, baby girl, how you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through as well. Boxing 101, my guy, what's good, Brody? How you feeling? All right. Relevant only at win, or the big name is Roy Jones. Yup, that's his claim to fame. He A1. He's still telling that story to this day. You know what I mean? To this day, he's still telling that story. LaMarcus was good with it, fam. Thomas, what's going on with it, bro? How you feeling? Laced out, what's good, family? Fate, my bro, double duty today. Bo Mike said the reason EJ lost because James didn't really have a game plan. I seen that too. We're gonna talk about it. Again, you know what I mean? Right, Will, man, right. And again, it's not, you know, I'm just not a fan of blaming people because Thomas was good, fam. How you feeling? It's like when you blaming people, that usually typically means like, now just follow me for a second, y'all. When somebody has to be blamed in any situation, that typically means somebody didn't hold themselves accountable in a certain area. And I don't think you could make the assumption that Derrick James is not holding himself accountable. You get what I'm saying? I find that hard to believe. He's more of an adjuster type coach. Yeah, he has game plans, but they adjust during the fight, which you couldn't do against Bud. Right? It's more so like typically people will say things like, well, the trainer can only train you. They can't fight for you. So who's to say that he wasn't given the right instructions? Errol Spence just couldn't perform because he didn't have it on the night. You get what I'm saying? He just didn't have it. You get what I'm saying? Mike, my bro, what's good with it, Mike? How you feeling? Well, y'all punch that like button out one time for you, bro. I got a little clip from Tarver, and I'm gonna play. I think I found the more full clip as well. Like again, it's not about disagreeing with Tarver. He's allowed to his opinion. You know, much respect to him. He participated in this sport, right? I give him the respect and his credit, but I think sometimes people use this success that they had in a certain area to say some of the most outlandish things and think because you are a successful participant of this sport of boxing that, you know, people can't, you know, critique your criticism. You get what I'm saying? So Jose Diaz, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Because it hurts my little heart that he's a fix like Martin from the one episode. You said damn bad after that fight. Yeah, baby girl salty. Still salty. Derrick James still my favorite trainer in the game, right? And I'm team, but talk to him, Thomas. Talk to him, bro. And again, you got people saying stuff like Errol Spence need to retire, and they're not talking about, you know, because health wise, they just saying after one loss, like he need to retire. They're saying, you know, he needs a new trainer, a lot of different things, and that's exactly what's wrong with people. You know, they were successful 28 times before this. 28 times before this. They snatched up 3 belts before this. You get what I'm saying? They fell short of the ultimate goal, which was to snatch up all 4 belts. They fell one fight short. I don't think a proper assessment is to say, oh, you know what? He need to abandon trainers. He need to switch trainers. He need to get a new trainer. I think that's garbage. I just think that, you know, people are, you know, they just switch up like the weather. And imagine Errol Spence after this loss, right? He just like, oh, you know what? I need a new trainer. Just imagine how disloyal that would look. You get what I'm saying? So I think the last thing anybody could expect is a trainer change. That's not going to happen. It's not. Facts, bro. Facts, Fate. That's what I'm saying. And in most cases, Fate, people acknowledge that it's only so much the trainers could do, right? But in this case, because it's Derrick James, that goes out the window. It's blame Derrick James. Like, you're hearing people say things like he failed us. Like, bro, first of all, we wasn't in the ring and we ain't part of the team, so he didn't fail us. And he damn sure ain't failed Errol Spence. They fell short together as a team. Tay, the real queen of MMA combat. How you feeling, queen? Appreciate you stopping through. And what's good with the Ant? I'm going to greatly consider his health. I don't care about wins and losses. Talk to him, bro. Me either. Something clearly was amiss. That's exactly how I've been phrasing it, bro. One loss, Tay. Now is he need to retire and he need a new trainer. Derrick James is not that good as a trainer. It's like, what? Man, where y'all get off, bro? Make them better. And Tarver have got Roy when he was fresh. He would not have one hands down. Talk to him. Well, you know it. Aside from the weight cut, EJ made the same errors he always made. True. I just think they were even bigger mistakes, right? Like, he usually makes those mistakes, but I think they were even bigger. You get what I'm saying? Just simply because you had a guy that was off his game for whatever reason, right? Yeah, so, but you're right. The same mistakes he typically he made in this one. I just think he made them a lot sooner, and they were even bigger mistakes than what he typically makes, right? I think that's what played into it as well. But then again, you had a fighter in Bud Crawford that was damn sure good enough to take advantage of those mistakes, and that's what we seen. Get what I'm saying? Said, why didn't they say he could retire after the car crashes, after the eye surgery? Where, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Facts, A1. Facts, bro. At the end of the day, fighters are human. Talk to him, Tay. Absolutely. Teach, what's good with it, Teach? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, man, it's sad. Absolutely still team Spence, man. We still team boxing. You know what I mean? We still love this here boxing. You get what I'm saying? Big Dog Willie in the super chat. Much love and appreciation, bro. I don't know why DJ gets blamed for EJ loss. We got the great, amazing, perfect, miraculous demigod American and Bud Camp. That's why EJ lost. Salute to my bro, Big Dog Willie. Appreciate you, fam. Always support.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your Jusdue.
Just high guard, and on the other side with punching leans from the waist. He always has every time he did that Bud exploited. That's why Bud was punching down, getting off uppercuts. Absolutely. That's a great observation, Thomas. It's a great observation, bro. Great observation. But I think on top of like the typical mistakes, they were even bigger. Like I say, he was just sloppy. And you know, Bud was extremely sharp, razor sharp on the night. So you just couldn't afford to make mistakes. Even the same mistakes you typically make was gonna get you in a lot of trouble against Bud Crawford, because he was there to fight, man. He was there to fight. And I said this before, he pulled the EJ on EJ. He pulled the EJ on EJ. Stepped to him. Didn't use his legs at all. You get what I'm saying? Shotgun jab, a heavy jab. Like, you get what I'm saying? Taking advantage of mistakes, put EJ behind the 8 ball early. Usually, typically, EJ puts you behind the 8 ball. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they use their success zone to say outlandish stuff. His time was clearly all facts, bro. Facts. They use their success that they had in their current fields and areas of expertise, if you want to call it that, to say the most outlandish things, like I said before, and they think nobody could question it. And, you know, I got a couple questions, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple questions for these dudes. But we're going to play this, man. We're going to get into it, man. Used about 50% of his ability. Wasn't tired. Fought the whole fight in the southpaw. Spence comes with something else. They used the 50% he had in the reserve. Right. One thing I noticed, Spence hasn't fought a lefty in how many years? What was it? 7 years, they said? Something like that. Around 6 or 7 years. Been about 6 or 7 years since he fought a southpaw, I believe it was. That boy, they're keeping them belts. Joe, what's good with it, Joe? How you feeling, bro? Prepared for no chance. Stopping through. We're gonna pause this and we're gonna get to it. This is Tarver, Antonio Tarver, and what he had to say. You get what I'm saying? But B Dog, what's good with it, fam? let's hear Mr. Tarver, Mr. I knocked out Roy Jones, and he's still telling that story to this day.
Trainers of the year and all this stuff, but we don't. What are we? Come on, bruh. This man wasn't prepared for no Terrence Bud Crawford tonight, and the trainer got to take some flack for that. It's his responsibility too to have his fighter ready. Man ain't had nothing about no defense, no head movement, no feints. Didn't have his hands up, feet all everywhere, bruh. Where's the lessons?
And I get it. Listen, I understand it, but I just have a different train of thought, right? When soon as something go wrong, people are looking for somebody to point the finger at. You get what I'm saying? And pointing the finger and taking accountability is different, right? And one cancels out the other. In any situation where something doesn't go as planned, right? And it's something that you directly are involved in. If you hold yourself accountable to the extent of your involvement, you get what I'm saying? Then nobody has to be blamed. Why? Because self-accountability is taking place, right? So when you take accountability for your involvement in any situation, whether it be good or bad, nobody has to blame anybody. You get what I'm saying? The trainer doesn't have to receive flack. Derrick James shouldn't be receiving any flack today because he lost. You get what I'm saying? I understand it was a tough loss, and they're like, you should have prepared this and that. That's easy to say, bro. That's easy to say. But what about the man was just better on the night? What if the coach that was on the other side of him did a better job at coaching on the night? What if that's what happened? You get what I'm saying? Facts, B-Dog. It's like I'm the blame game just don't get you nowhere. If them as a team Spence, Derrick James, and Earl start pointing fingers at each other, right? And Earl going to him like, hey, man, you're responsible for why I lost. And Derrick James like, hey, man, you're responsible for why we lost. You get what I'm saying? Then what are they going to accomplish by you get what I'm saying? Pointing fingers and going back and forth at each other, right? Absolutely nothing. But when you hold yourself accountable, it's very much different. You get what I'm saying? You hold yourself accountable. No fingers have to be pointed. Y'all understand that as a team, y'all fell and y'all fell short. As a team, y'all fell. The same way them other 28 times as a team, y'all won as a team and they lost as a team is what I'm saying. There ain't no separate one from the other. Derrick James, you ain't have him prepared. It's your fault. Errol Spence needs a new trainer and he needs to retire, man. Garbage, man. They fell short, man. Losses are a part of boxing. Why is everybody acting like, you get what I'm saying? This ain't the other side of the coin. One side is winning, the other side is losing. He fell short. Nobody should be blamed. PJ's Big Dog in the building. Was good with it, bro. This might sound crazy, but Shakur sparring Bud is a lefty and using his speed. Womack says Shakur and they imitated EJ very well. No, it don't sound crazy, Big Dog. You on point. It don't sound crazy. The people that was saying that Southpaw sparring, Shakur wasn't going to help. I think that's crazy. You get what I'm saying? Now you fast forward to today. I think it looks a little bit different. It ain't crazy at all, bro. It ain't crazy. Free Republic, he said, yeah, damn, man, you calling another man daddy? He showed him who was the boss. I mean, look, yeah, he showed who was the better fighter. He definitely showed that, Free Republic. He showed that for sure. Right. I think his son, he might be training his son. A1. Not even a mother would like those as Cash is a savage. Big, oh, man. Black Belt Ben was good with the dudes where DJ gave Spence the right directions. Easy just couldn't execute. Talk to him, bro. Right. Facts, all truth, bro. All truth. All truth, Black Belt. All truth. And he didn't have it to execute the proper game plan on the night. You get what I'm saying? But to sit here and say like he ain't have no defense, like he was supposed to just like teach him defense for this fight, bro. Knock it off, man. You just had a man in there in Terrence Crawford that was in his bag, but Derrick James don't deserve to be blamed or the finger shouldn't be pointed at him or any of that weird stuff. You get what I'm saying? None of that weird stuff. So I just ain't with it. I disagree that, he needs to take flack for this. Yeah, he can hold himself accountable. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But in terms of blaming this man, nah. You don't blame this man for nothing that took place, man. Derrick James got to retire, or you gotta get that from like a trainer after one loss is done. You get what I'm saying? First off, a trainer got actually trained to old age because they not fighting. Talk to him. Yeah, they saying Spence should retire and Derrick James, he needs a new trainer and things like that. And I'm just like, bro, y'all overdoing it, bro. Y'all overdoing it. What needs to change in order for Spence to do better from my point of view is the style. Who's responsible for the style, the boxer and the trainer, right? Listen, styles make fights, especially when you're able to implement said style, right? I just think it was style's gonna always make fights, right? And I think, stylistically, it's about I think still in all, Errol Spence still has the style to be successful against a Terrence Crawford. But to me, it wasn't so much the styles as it is application and execution, right? What Errol Spence typically does is very effective. You get what I'm saying? But his application on the night, it was very spotty and it suffered. You get what I'm saying? He was unable to execute, to the level that he needed to be successful. You get what I'm saying? His game plan typically is one that is to be very successful. Establish the jab, set everything up behind the jab, go to the body on both sides, be physically imposing, cut the ring off. Like all those things typically put him in a position to be successful because he's able to apply those things to the right level to get the job done. And on Saturday night, that just wasn't the case. You get what I'm saying? Wasn't the case. PGA said, I agree. Doctors agree. Them doctors Spence been looking worse every fight. Speed gone, punch resistant gone, balance gone. Please retire. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of contributing factors on the night. PGH. Stan said, if you don't blame James, who do you blame? Now I'm gonna answer your question. Be in boxing news. What's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Hey, James, good. They will be back. You'll see facts. But to your question, Stan, who do you blame? Now I just want you to follow me. When you win as a team, right? They took their wins as a team. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't one guy more responsible than the other when they won, right? Because they won as a team. And when they lost Saturday night, they lost as a team. The reason why I say you don't have to blame Derrick James, because again, you understand that as a team, y'all did things wrong. And that from an execution standpoint, you missed the mark. So what it is when something obviously went wrong, there was issues there in the fight. So it's up to, Team Spence, which they already do, hold themselves accountable. When you hold yourself accountable, nobody has to be blamed. You get what I'm saying? Because in blaming somebody, you don't get anything accomplished. But as a team, when you hold yourself accountable, now you're being real with yourself and you can identify that there's a problem or there's mistakes that's been made. And the only way that those mistakes are going to get corrected is if you correct them as a team, not as individuals. You get what I'm saying? Like individually, yeah, they can do things better, but ultimately it's them working together as a team that's led them to be as successful as what they've been thus far. So it's not a matter of blaming, but it's just hold yourself accountable. And when you do that, you'll understand that nobody has to be blamed. You get what I'm saying? Both guys take equal accountability for the loss. You get what I'm saying? And fighters fight, trainers train. You get what I'm saying? He couldn't fight for the man, right? So at the end of the day, it's not about blaming either guy. You get what I'm saying? It's about identifying that it was a ton of mistakes made in the fight. You know that, right? And then you go about how y'all as a team gonna correct those mistakes. You get what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a team effort. They get returned back to form and get their get back, and not so much against Bud Crawford, but just get back on the winning side of things. And him and Errol Spence, like Errol Spence, it's gonna be some things, some corrections that they're gonna have to make as a team, and they're gonna have to be on the same page to make those corrections. True, Ant. True. I said, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you stopping through an infant CT. You can't diagnose that, right? His timing was off absolutely all night. Timing was all bad. Real love to hear what people will have said. EJ won. I mean, look, again, Will, I can't speculate exactly what people would have said if he won, right? But I will say this. The reason why people been bringing up things about how he looked since the Danny Garcia fight. Again, I just want to highlight how those things was not magnified simply because he was winning. So people were more focused on how was he able to defy the odds and, you know, focused on giving him his flowers and his credit for you know, basically proving everybody wrong, proving the detractors wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like the issues that he had since the car crash just wasn't magnified because they were in winning efforts. He was winning. But again, when you go from that to you know, progressively, as they're saying it, even worse in your most recent bout, then there's cause for concern. There's reason to look a little bit deeper and say, hey man, outside of the way you lost, yeah, we know you lost. There was levels. The better man showed a different level in there, and all those things were true. But it's still, you can say something was wrong with him. You get what I'm saying? That's what I always revert to. So it's not. And again, I'm not saying the reason he lost is because something was wrong with him. It was more so about his health and me understanding that something had to be wrong for him to look the way he did. It's not about him losing. It's just how bad he looked while he lost. You get what I'm saying? That 100% wasn't on Crawford. Some of that just was on Spence. Equilibrium, looking like his shot, punch resistance, certain things like that just cause for concern. That's all overnight and essentially, right, from one fight to the next. So it was a bit alarming for people to see at the rate that we've seen it because we've never seen him look that bad. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's where the concern came in for people. And that's why this is being, you know, spoke on to the degree it's being spoke on. Salute to my bro, Big Dog Willie, back in the super chat. He said these fans are, did Frazier fire Eddie Funch when he lost to Ali? Did Hearns fire Emmanuel Stewart when he lost to Leonard? Right. Right. That's all facts. So yeah, winning outshines. You get what I'm saying, Will? You get what I'm saying? The win, it'll override everything, but in a loss, and more specifically a very bad loss, it makes people look a little bit deeper now. Those same things, some of those same concerns that people seen before is going to get magnified and talked about way more now because it's a loss, right? You get what I'm saying? So again, for me, it's not in an effort to take away from the credit or greatness of Bud, but it's just more so having a conversation about, you know, some questions that we all may have had before the fight, before he even got in the ring type deal. So, you know what I mean? Him struggling to move laterally is very alarming. And it was very alarming. He couldn't get out of the way of anything, though. You get what I'm saying? Couldn't keep his hands up. It was very alarming to see some of them things. You get what I'm saying? It's not a D James problem. It's the medical issues in Spence have not been cleared to fight with nerve problems. That's a real fact, bro. That's a real possibility. I mean, PGH, if something was off, did the ring wall. You get what I'm saying, Will? So just think of it from that angle. You think you seen something, right? So it was like, that's where I'm coming from. And that's where I think a lot of people are coming from. And if they mature enough to have a conversation, you understand that it's deeper than Bud Crawford winning. It's not about him winning. He gets all his credit, all his flowers. He get his crown because he deserves it. But it's more so like, damn, what happened to the guy? He's essentially went from hero to zero overnight type deal. And it wasn't just because he lost. It's the fashion in which he looked when he lost. You get what I'm saying? And I want to give Bomac his just due and his credit because they did everything they said they was going to do. They had an excellent game plan. He drew up an excellent game plan, and Terrence Crawford, like the great fighter he is, he went out there and executed to the best of his ability. Right. That's why I say, Zoom, nobody's at fault, right? Because, you know, when you're trying to, you know, say somebody, you got to blame somebody got to be at fault. That means somebody's not taking accountability. And if we know anything about Errol Spence, he takes accountability for his wins and his losses. And like I said, they win as a team and they lose as a team, and they'll come back and return as a team. So it was a better coach, James or Bomac. I don't know, but I tell you what, Bomac is up, you know, in the head up battle, 1-0. So make of that what you will. But I do think Derrick James has been a phenomenal coach throughout his coaching career, and he has the track record to back that. You know what I'm saying? He's been very successful. he's done a hell of a job at kind of, recharging the career of a JERMALL CHARLO, right? And bringing out a different dimension or different layer or element to his fight game, which was him going from looked at as a more pure boxer to a guy that can punch, to like a boxer puncher. So I think Derrick James has been very successful, and he was just one fight short of having 2 undisputed champions and stable, which would have been crazy. Ali versus Holmes, right? Not being able to see it. Yeah, man. And facts, bro. Not being able to get out the way of anything, bro. But Smoke Spence, absolutely he did. He definitely did. He definitely did. Hall of Fame trainers. Hold on, pardon me. Pardon me, big dog.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your Jusdue.
The big dog Willie, pardon me, bro. He in that super chat. I forgot to get your Jusdue Hall of Fame trainers and fighters that amount to nothing. I have the late Nazim Richardson in my corner any day, and he had fighters that never won belts. Talk to him, big dog. James is better. I feel you, but to say no one is at fault is just saying the game plan was good. Clearly it wasn't. And now, again, let me be very clear. Teach is not about fault. It's about accountability. It only has to be somebody's fault when people are not taking accountability. And I think it's safe to assume, just going off the track record and how Errol Spence moved his character, he'll hold himself accountable for the loss. A Derrick James as the trainer that he's showing us to be. He'll hold himself accountable for the loss. What I'm saying, them as a team, as a collective unit, will hold each other accountable for the loss. So when you do that, nobody has to be at fault. You get what I'm trying to say? Nobody has to be at fault when you truly holding yourself accountable. Fault only comes into play when somebody is unwilling to take accountability for a situation that they were directly involved in. You get what I'm saying? Whether the outcome be good or bad. You get what I'm saying? If you don't know how to hold yourself accountable for the part that you played, then it has to be a fault for somebody. You get what I'm saying? Judah Ben was good with it, bro. Dante Hall, Boxing Talk was good with it. James and Bomac both good at different things. Bomac, believe Bomac better for pure boxers and James better for pressure style fighters. That's a great point, bro. Great point. Great point. D-Ray Promotions was good with it. You get me, Teach? Because I get you. And again, it's just a matter of words and mentality, right? Because when you truly hold yourself accountable, nobody has to be at fault. You just and again, why I say, the fault, because it's almost like the blame game, right? And if you playing the blame game, then you don't get nowhere. When in this situation, I feel like they're going to identify that it was a ton of mistakes being made, right? As a team, it was a ton of mistakes being made. They're going to equally hold themselves accountable and try to correct them mistakes together as a team, because that's what you would do. That's the only way you're going to get better. Self-accountability, which we know that either of those guys won't have a problem doing, and they'll be willing to go in there and try to put in the necessary work to correct those mistakes, like I said, as a team, to get back to where they need to be. You get what I'm saying? So exactly why I necessarily see seeds of division, right? Price Boy was good with it. Spence just lost. We'll be back 154. Big Fish. Talk to him, man. Wisconsin was good, fan. Being delusional about Spence issues was unbelievable. They're claiming the fake doctor. He diagnosed all his random claims. Good to see the issue was taken seriously by most people. Right, Wisconsin, right. Because it need to be. It need to be. It need to be. You know what I mean? I think it's something there. I just think it need to be something there. You get what I'm saying? Salute to my bro Teach, man. Appreciate you, fam. Reason talking crazy on ES News. We're going to get to that too, man. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. But I really just wanted to make sure we having the right conversation. Credit to Bud Crawford. This wasn't about who won and who lost. I just think people need to put more respect on Derrick James' name. No, Errol Spence don't need a new trainer. No, he don't need to retire because of Derrick James being his trainer. That's foolish to say. They were successful 28 times before this. You get what I'm saying? They fought a number of high profile fights, meaningful fights, and they were successful. This is one that they end up coming short. They fell a little short and it's okay. They will be back as a unit, as a team. I think they'll be back. Actually do the workouts well. That helps you when you train. Bo Mac works his mouth. Right. That's true. That's true. That's true. Derrick is very hands-on with it. Where Blu-ray, right, D-Ray. Where he at? Where Blu-ray at? Salute to Blu-ray, man. But man, that's right. Derrick James is very hands-on and vocal, right? Bomac is somewhat hands-on, but very vocal. You get what I'm saying? And it works for him. It works for him, as we seen Saturday night, right? So I think in terms of people, the credit or the lack of credit that they gave Bomac, I think people should revisit that and kind of, you got to put a different level of respect on his name. You get what I'm saying? Him and Bud has been a hell of a dynamic duo. You get what I'm saying? Although he's had help, but you get what I'm saying? Ultimately, him being a head trainer, they've been a hell of a dynamic duo together, and they've been getting it done. And I think just simply put, looking at things today and how they were able to not only draw up a perfect game plan, but execute it at the highest of levels, I think you just got to tip your hat to them, right? And I don't think it's no harm in that. And me being JusDue, I'm all about giving people they just do. So Coach Bomac, Brian McIntyre, McIntyre gonna get his just due from me. Salute to him. He put on a hell of he drew up a hell of a game plan, and Terrence Crawford went out there and executed the game plan that they drew up. That seemed to be damn near picture perfect, if you ask me. Tarver's takes has been off lately. Yeah, facts, right? We were gonna stop that ass with him. Sorry. Now, not that one, man. Not that one, but I'm gonna play some more of what Tarver said. Floyd just collecting info for Tank. That'd be wild. What the fate? That'd be wild, bro. Double-edged moon to Bud, not to sign contract to fight Manny, and Manny's signature was on it. Yeah, that's crazy. As he said, Errol didn't flash any signs of competitiveness. It's quite troubling. It's unfortunate that boxing can hide in the shadows with possible permanent health issues. Yeah, Stan, it's possible, bro. It's possible. Take more punch from every fight. Speed is going. His balance is even off. Right. PGH, that was a big problem on the night. His equilibrium looked shot. While others trying every excuse. I don't know about us, but we don't make excuses over here. You know what I'm saying? The big fish himself ain't make an excuse, so we ain't gonna make them for him. You get what I'm saying? It's just an observation of why he looked the way he did. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said people got to separate the two. It's not the win anymore. It was never really the win for me. It was about giving credit for the win, but examining why a guy looked like he just basically fell off a cliff, essentially. You get what I'm saying? Jonathan, what's happening with it, fam? What's good, bro? Kurt, my bro, how you feeling, man? Appreciate y'all stopping through. Facts on can only fight who's in front of you. Respected, but absolutely. Derrick James gave Bomac his just due before the fight. And Brian cuts the interview, but nobody cares about it. I probably ain't catch it. Me personally, I didn't. But I like to hear people getting their just due. It's something that I represent, so I wish I would have caught it, but I didn't. Is boxing the most unhealthy sport of today? I think it's one of the more physically demanding sports, and the fact that you can't play it just separates it from most. Boxing is in a league of its own because of that reason. You can't play it, and the health issues that you can sustain over a period of time through a career is something different. It's something different. You need to push for that Bruce versus Bud fight. As the same, it don't look healthy at all. Right? I feel you. Derrick James needs to be fired. Then Bud was a bum, not a great fighter. Backwards. Yeah, man. That's what I say. Like, the more you take away from the fighter that is Errol Spence, now that he lost, that says less about the guy that won. So, again, it would make sense to give Errol Spence his credit for being a great fighter that he's been, and just recognizing that he lost to a fighter that was even greater than he was, especially on that night. You get what I'm saying? And there should be no issue with that. Bud was just greater on the night. And people should have no, it's not tough to say that. You get what I'm saying? It's not tough to give him his credit at all. Right? And he's legal in Vegas. D-Ray. Jay Cooley, what's good with it? Jacob, just making my rounds, eating my crow. 28-1, not a bad record at all. Not at all, Jay Cooley. What's good with it, family? Eli Harris, what's good, Brody? Much love and respect, man. Bud and his timing. Spence will be back. Bud did his thing. Oh, yeah, Bud, absolutely, Eli. He was special on the night, man. That was very special. Very, very special. Pound for pound performance, in my opinion. Hall of Fame type. You get what I'm saying? It was like that. He was special like that. But let me play what else Tarver had to say, y'all. We're going to listen to Tarver. Facts, cuzzo.
few people who have been in this rarefied air before. What did you see tonight?
Easy Mike, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up. EJ was back there with Big T Plug and Problem. Got a contact from all that gas. wow, man, he looked faded, didn't he? His eyes were so sleepy looking. What's good with Easy Mike? But let's listen to I think this the full extent of what Tarver had to say about Derrick James. And again, I'm always about giving people their credit. It's not so much about disagreeing with Tarver. I just have a different train of thought, but I understand where he coming from.
A fighter.
Damn, but really 40-0, right?
Level, smart fighter, a complete fighter that knows his way around the ring. I was so impressed the way he controlled the whole fight. I'm befuddled
y'all smash
by what
that
I
like
saw
button
from
for your
Spence.
boys to the channel.
At this fight of this magnitude, bro. He did what he could do. Didn't have no answers. It didn't seem like he had no answers defensively, or didn't have the ability to make an adjustment and do what he needed to do to stay in this fight. No defense. I ain't seen no defense. You couldn't get away from the jab. The jab is what beat him all night.
True.
And when he had some success, I think it was when Terrence Crawford was just working on defense. You can't just always be offensive minded in a fight. Got to let a guy throw his punches and then let him spin himself a little bit. But the way he went about this fight, the result, the domination, the knockdowns and the knockout, the stoppage, it was just a beautiful fight, a beautiful executed fight by Terrence Crawford. And it didn't look like they were in the same class of fighters. He made this tough fight very easy.
It's a difficult time for Spence now. He's in the locker room. He's going to have to deal with this and accept this loss. Once this thing really settles in with him, what would you say to him to get him past this moment?
Radio,
thanks,
right? I got to be honest, bro. They crowning these guys trainers of the year and all this stuff, but come on, bro. This man wasn't prepared for no Terrence Bud Crawford tonight, and the trainer got to take some flack for that. It's his responsibility too to have his fighter ready, man.
And I just want to stop it real quick. That's where my thoughts process is a bit different. Right after one loss, and I get, although it was a bad loss, but it was one nobody expected, right? You make it seem like now that takes away from the greatness and the success that he's accomplished thus far to this point. I mean, he literally got Errol Spence one fight away from becoming undisputed with having multiple setbacks in his career. You get what I'm saying? It could have easily fell to pieces after the car accident. The plan, they could have easily deviated from the plan, took easier fights, and you know what I'm saying, and not even made this fight. So I think you got to give Derrick James the utmost credit and respect for the success he and Errol Spence were able to accomplish together. You get what I'm saying? I think you just got to give him credit for that. You can't take credit from him. It's one loss. This is part of the game. But to pretty much question if he was trainer of the year when he was trainer of the year is foolish. Like, you get what I'm saying? You get a man his credit, and although they had a bad performance, who are you to say, you get what I'm saying, question if he's trainer of the year off one bad performance? Are you a trash fighter after one bad performance, after one loss? And I don't know who you is, Sarge, but if you ain't willing to listen and be a part of the conversation, you will be welcome to the block party. You will be welcome to the block party. I will have no distractions, man. I want adults and grown people in here that's commenting, not just people typing anything. Listen up, bro. You got to listen. Stop typing and start listening. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all don't know how to listen. So again, back to what I was saying. It's not about disagreeing with Tarver. I just think he a little bit off base with the way he's critiquing Derrick James in a moment. You could say, yeah, he wasn't prepared, this and that, but his guy couldn't pull the trigger. You said it yourself. He couldn't get out of the way of the jab. What did that have to do about Derrick James? What could Derrick James do about that? He can't physically get in there and fight for him. You can't sit here and tell me he wasn't telling him the right things. Was his guy executing? That's another question. But to make it seem like it was, you know, Derrick James could get in there and physically fight for him is foolish, bro. It's foolish. He told him what he was supposed to tell him. He just wasn't able to respond. He said it. He didn't have it. He didn't have the gear. He said it. What could Derrick James do about that? You get what I'm saying? Get out of here. You get what I'm saying? Facts, John. The juice was good with it, bro. His resume was questionable till you got EJ name there. See what I'm saying? But we all watched the media day workout and didn't think EJ was prepared. So let's not put people off. You get what I'm saying? He ain't prepared now all of a sudden. Now he lost to the better man, bro. He lost to the better man. But to just attribute, I mean, what are you really saying about Bud if you get what I'm saying? Making it say, his trainer, they was so unprepared, this and that. Nah, Bud was just nice on the night. And EJ was off his game and the most absolute bad time to have an off night in the office because Bud was in his bag. But again, I don't want to go into about the X's and O's of the fight because it's not about the fight, right? It's about just give people their credit, man. Stop questioning people's greatness after one loss. The man lost already. People saying Errol Spence retired after one loss. Derrick James shouldn't be his trainer. They need a new trainer. All this nonsense. That's rhetoric, bro. They won as a team. They lost Saturday night as a team. And they're going to lick their wounds and get better as a team and make the corrections. But I don't think nobody should be questioning the greatness of Derrick James because of one loss, bro. Again, think about how many fighters lost. Do we then question all those fighters after one loss? Not the real ones. The real ones don't. So again, one loss don't define you. Just like he had to win more than one fight to get trainer of the year. He deserved it the year before that, Tarver, in case you wasn't paying attention. The dude was one fight away from having two undisputed champions in his stable at 2 different weight classes. What is he talking about? The man deserves his flowers. That's what I'm getting at. That's what this is about. It ain't about the loss. We passed that. People need to stop looking for somebody to blame when somebody lose a fight. It's a fight, bro. They lost. They lost. The better man won. That's what it is. He showed levels. Terrence Crawford showed levels on the night. The better man won. He was out. You could say he was out coached if you want by Bomac. You could say all of that. It's cool. But that don't make him no less of a coach is what I'm getting at. One loss don't give people the right to question the level of greatness that this man displayed through the years. It took way more than one win for him to get recognized as trainer of the year. And like I said, people was clamoring for him to get it the year before that. Come on, man. This dude deserved his. That's all I'm saying. Just like Crawford deserved his flowers, Derrick James deserved his. Just because you can get your flowers in a loss, you can get your just due in a loss. They went out there and did what they can do with what they had. And they fell very short, but it is what it is. It's boxing, bro. Original Skywalker, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Right, made a story criticizing such a manner. That's what I'm saying. Again, some of the stuff he's saying is on point, right? He ain't wrong. It's not about him being wrong. I just think I'm at the question, not even his assessment of the fight or what Errol Spence is, just his assessment of Errol Spence or Derrick James, should I say, his assessment of Derrick James. Look how he started off, these trainer of the years, and you crowning these guys trainer of the year, you making it seem like he ain't deserve it. He deserved to be trainer of the year when they gave it to him, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He deserved to be trainer of the year. You can have your assessment of how the fight played out, what Errol Spence didn't do, how bad he looked, how great Crawford looked. You can have all of that. But don't question the greatness that the man displayed over the last few years, man. He been winning, man. You get what I'm saying? He been doing his thing. DJ is a hell of a trainer, bro. That's what I'm getting at. That's my whole point in talking about this. It's not about combating Tarver and going back and forth and being overly negative with him. I just have a different take on it. It's just like he gave his Tarver take, Jusdue was giving his take. My take is Derrick James, greatness as a coach, or how good of a coach he is, shouldn't be, shrunk into this one moment, into this one loss, shouldn't be reduced to this one loss, this one moment. They fell short. How many coaches lose, bro? You get what I'm saying? People lose, bro. It's part of the game. That's the other part of it. Derrick James is a hell of a coach. Is the only point I'm making. And I don't think after one loss, anybody can question that. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you can question that. I don't think he should be in question. Yeah, they need to get some things right. You get what I'm saying? Of course, but that's what you do when you lose. You you try to make the corrections and you get back, bro. That's all you do. You try to make the corrections. You go back to that drawing board. You try to make the corrections as you see fit and you get back to it. You get what I'm saying? You don't stop after the one loss. Think about, he's been way more successful as of recently than unsuccessful. I don't think you just get to diminish all that he's accomplished because they wasn't successful on the night. You get what I'm saying? They fell short. It's part of the game, bro. It's part of the game. Garvey Griffin, what's good with it? Salute to you, fam. Yeah, man. Yeah. He took some heavy punishment, bro. PBC old Tarver money. Why is he so salty? Right. You get what I'm saying? So by Tarver standards, everyone fighter loses, they should take a look at their trainer. You get what I'm saying? Nah, man, you win as a team, you lose as a team is what I'm getting at. Nobody has to blame anybody. Marquay was good with it, fam. How you feeling, bro? David Miller was good with it. Same time as obviously as a team. Spence Camp wasn't ready at the fight time. And utter failure to have to own that. And the related smoke, it doesn't undo their success. That's the point I'm making, David. You get what I'm saying? And again, when they hold themselves accountable, bro, by holding themselves accountable, nobody has to blame anybody. They can collectively go back to the drawing board as a team and say, hey, look, this is where we went wrong, and this is what we're going to correct. This is how we're going to go about it, and we're going to get back to it. That's all I'm saying. I don't think, somebody has to say, it's Derrick James's fault. It's Errol Spence's fault. Man, it's obvious he can't fight for him, right? And it's obviously he was given instructions that his man was unable to execute on the night. They both take the onus on the night. They both take it on the chin, just like real men, just like EJ said, and they keep it moving, bro. That's all. That's all to it, man. That's all to it. If you do just want to argue, man, I'm telling you, man, Block Party is very welcome, bro. Because I don't do it. Everybody else understand what I'm saying. You might be the minority that don't get where I'm going with it, but to have at it, I'm ignoring you. Quincy Carter, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Faces, yeah, man. He's weird. He just want to come in here and argue and be a disruption and get his little 5 minutes of fame. I ain't giving it to him. I'm ignoring you. We have real conversations over here. Main Biker, what's good with it, fam? What's good with it? But again, it's not about challenging Tarver and his opinion. It's just bringing up something that I'm seeing people. It's like the popular thing to do now is attack Derrick James, the trainer. Now you get what I'm saying? He needs a new trainer. He wasn't prepared. You could say all of that. But they just didn't have it on the night, and they lost to a better guy, and they were outcoached on the night. It is what it is. It happens, bro. It happens. You get what I'm saying? It happens. But this man is still great as a coach. You get what I'm saying? And he's going to continue to be that, in my opinion. So it is what it is, man. Salute to Team Spence, man, and Derrick James. But let me finish playing this, man. Man
wasn't prepared for no Terrence Bud Crawford tonight. And the trainer got to take some flack for that. It's his responsibility, too, to have his fighter ready. Man, he had nothing about no defense, no head movement, no feints. Didn't have his hands up, feet all everywhere. Bruh, where's the lessons? And so I've been out here campaigning as a trainer, and I predicted the whole fight. Go look at Tarver's tape, bro. I know boxing, and they won't let me help these guys.
Yeah.
Boxing.
I wonder why. You so great at you just said it yourself. And people got to stop. We all get predictions, right? We all get predictions wrong. Everybody acting like because you got this particular fight right, that means you know way more boxing than everybody else. You notice, people are extra loud when they're right, and they're invisible when they're wrong. Don't nobody get all the picks right. You said it yourself. You out here, you done made the perfect prediction, right? Your Tarver tape, right? And they won't let you help these guys. I wonder why. Be in Boxing News. What's good, my bro? Appreciate you in that super chat. Said Tarver, a hater. DJ, a great trainer. No excuses, fam. Right. They take their wins like men, like a team. They take their losses like men, like a team. They've been successful as a team. They've been now today or Saturday night. They tasted their first defeat. and they gonna respond as a team. They gonna go make the corrections as a team. Nobody has to be blamed. Nobody has to be faulted. They're at fault equally because they're a unit, and that's how they've always operated. That's what's gotten them to be as successful as what they've been. They've been a great team together, hand in hand. They did a great job working hand in hand, and it's no different. Saturday night wasn't their night. So what? Get back to it. Salute to Crawford, but don't question the man's greatness after a loss. One loss, you don't get to do that. You get what I'm saying? And you act like he lost to some random ass fighter. He lost to a guy that just made history. First male 2-division undisputed world champion in the 4-belt era. There's no shame in losing to that guy. You lost to a guy that was greater than you on the night. It's okay. This is what boxing is. I'm glad we got to see this fight. I'm glad we got to see it.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
My bro being boxing news. Real Hall of Fame coaches, they only never won a NBA championship, only lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, never won a World Series. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Hall of Famers, right. Right. Facts, BN. Facts, yo. Facts, bro. Like again, I like to give people their credit, not take nothing from them. They lost together, bro. They lost together. You get what I'm saying? They lost together, bro. And at the end of the day, they gonna get back to it together. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's what it is. He wants Derrick James. Plays Tarver wants to be Derrick James. Makes sense, hater. He just told on himself. He told on himself. You want to train these guys and they won't let you. You told on yourself. You're told on yourself. And Sarge, you a goofy. I just want you to know that, Sarge. You a goofy. I can tell by your comments you a goofy. And you probably some little kid, man. So we'll find somewhere else to be a distraction. Because over here ain't for you.
Boxing won't even help itself. They won't put people in position. No feints. Didn't have his hands up. Feet all everywhere. Bruh. Where's the lessons?
Lessons, my ass. All of that stuff that you just described, there's not a single solitary thing that Derrick James could do about it. He can't get in there and fight for him. You can't say he wasn't given the right instructions. He did not perform on the night. You've seen it happen before. Sometimes you just don't have it. You don't have it. And EJ didn't have it. It was nothing Derrick James could have told him that would have really changed anything. He did not have it on the night. He was unable to physically perform. It wasn't a matter of instructions. It was a matter of application and execution. And he did not have it. He did not have the gear to be able to execute the game plan properly at all. You've seen it in the way he applied himself on fight night. You've seen it from the opening round. I don't understand what people act like they can't see. He can't. There's nothing Derrick James could do about that. He can't get in there and swing punches for him. He did what he could do. He did what he could do on the night. Salute to them boys, man. We're going out there and not having no damn quit in them. They could have been quit. Tarver P. Diddy ass. You get what I'm saying? He want to coach somebody. They won't let me coach these guys. I wonder why, bro. But didn't man lose to Superbad and came back to be undisputed? You get what I'm saying? Just asking DJ coming back strong. You get what I'm saying? His comeback game usually strong, bro. You get what I'm saying? Took a loss to Tony Harrison, came back, avenged it by knockout. Had a draw with Castano, came back and avenged it by knockout. I mean, his track record, salute to my bro Judah Ben. Appreciate you bringing that up. I mean, his track record speak for itself. Give that man some breathing room. Let them get a chance to bounce back before you be all overly critical after one loss. They didn't have it on the night. They didn't have it. It wasn't their night. They lost to a better team, better guy, however you want to phrase it. They lost fair and square. Wanted Dave to get a new trainer to Tarver. Just be talking. Tarver wanted to trade, well, train Dave too. Kev, what's going on, Kev? How you feeling, bro? Raphael, what's good with it, fam? So I think he was spot on. EJ was a sitting duck. Yeah. Again, I want to make sure you understand Raphael's assessment. I wasn't about his assessment. He could have that. He was saying a lot of the right things. His criticism for Derrick James is where me and him have a different train of thought. He can have, I don't even disagree with people. He can say what he want, right? To me, I just think after one loss, you can't question the greatness of Derrick James. And you seen how he came on. Trainer of the year, they crowned, he got trainer of the year. And you get what I'm saying? So like he didn't deserve it or something like that. What's going on, Kev? Wasn't Crawford a favorite? So what are these people talking about? It's more Spence, Derrick James hating and Crawford love. Facts. Talk to him, bro. And that's what I'm getting at. And I'm making sure not only that I give Derrick James his just due and his credit, Bo-Mac gets it as well because they won as a team, and Bo-Mac did a phenomenal job at coaching his fighter up and drawing up a game plan, the perfect game plan, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Giving proper instruction. EJ was not listening. If you watched the fight, you would have seen that. Talk to him, Zoom. Talk to him, bro. It's like MJ when he lost to Detroit. When he say, I know what I need to do to get stronger. What happened? Get what I'm saying? Well, he came back stronger. Just like all I'm saying is get a man a chance to respond. We be too quick to be, you know, overly critical in the moment. Like, you get what I'm saying? Let that man breathe. They took a loss. Losses happen, bro. You should know you took losses in your career. You took losses in your career. Did you think about quitting after one loss? You get what I'm saying? What if people wrote you off after your first loss? You get what I'm saying? So people got to be realistic. Get what I'm saying? Salute to my bro, Mike, man. Much love and appreciation, Brody. Jusdue Sir is probably ignorant. Yeah, he is. Right. He probably is a grown man. He just want to argue. You don't want to be part of the conversation. Like, we like bills over here. I ain't saying, notice, I didn't go overly critical on Antonio Tarver. I didn't say nothing about him personally. I ain't making that kind of conversation. I'm just saying I think he need to revisit the way he viewing Derrick James after one loss. It's like you criticizing him so heavily about coaching, but then in the next breath, you talking about how nobody is paying attention to your Tarver takes and you predicted the fight perfectly and they won't let you coach these guys. It sound like sour grapes to me. Sound like sour grapes to me. You get what I'm trying to say? You just went into dissing the fight a coach that arguably could have got trainer of the year 2 years in a row. You get what I'm saying? You question it and then get right into how they won't let you coach these fighters. Why not? If you're that great of a coach, though. I seriously doubt if you were that great of a coach, somebody would be willing to rock with you. And I ain't saying you bad, but I'm just saying something don't add up. The math ain't mathing. Let's start. I'm here, man. I don't care how other people do it with their channels. Everybody has their style, their way of doing things. I do my best to staying true to my name, and I like giving people they just do and they credit. And that's what this was about. Giving Derrick James his without making it personal about Tarver. He's free to have his opinion. He fought in the sport, right? He can talk it better than me, right? But at the end of the day, I'm always going to be logical and real. And nobody should be questioning Derrick James after one loss, bro. One loss, you question him as a trainer like he ain't earned it? Nah, bro, he earned it. He earned it, bro. Son of God, my bro, what's good with it, fam? You get what I'm saying, Raphael? Like, have your opinion, bro, but I'm just like, hey, man, let's build boxing up. Why are we always tearing it down? Why, when somebody lose a fight, why are we always looking for somebody to point a finger at? The team, they lost as a team. I know you go in there and it's y'all fight as individuals, but you lose as a team. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. You don't win by your damn self. You go in there, you fight by yourself, yeah, but y'all draw that game plan up together. Y'all train together. Y'all work together. Y'all put the work in together, especially with Derrick James. Look at him in his picture. This dude physically be in the shape to perform with his fighters. Come on, man. It's different, man. There's no way you can't understand what point I'm making. Nobody needs to be blamed. They lose together. They hold themselves accountable. They don't hang their heads. They go back to that drawing board and they fix it. They make the corrections and you get back to it. You get back to it. That's what he been doing. That's what he been doing. I mean, the last time I seen him lose a big fight was with CHARLO and Harrison. And he came back and this guy got a knockout. Then they turn around with Castaño. They get a draw in the first fight because he wasn't listening. Why did CHARLO lose? Why did he lose against Harrison? Why did he draw with Castaño? Because he wasn't listening to who? But we sitting up here questioning the man because they lost one fight. That's what I'm getting at. I think it's a little premature. I think it's a little, it's overkill. It's overkill. It ain't that deep. Yeah, we can hold him accountable. You could critique the performance or whatever the case may be. Yeah, but to question him and his resume after the loss is crazy to me. That's all I'm saying. You could say he did bad on the night. I'm not defending that. We could say he didn't do his thing. They wasn't prepared. Maybe they wasn't prepared for the fighter that Bud Crawford was on the night. Maybe it was, but maybe he was just that great. Maybe it was that. But the loss to me is what I'm saying. The loss is the loss, but it's not a lack of Derrick James being a great trainer is what I'm saying. He's equipped with the knowledge and the instructions to win any fight that he's in with his fighters, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think you get to question him and his resume after one loss, bro. Cut that man some slack. is what I'm saying. And you seen his bounce back game. Salute to my bro Judah Ben for pointing that out. His bounce back game is magnificent. You get what I'm saying? JERMALL, CHARLO bounced back both times in a magnificent way. You get what I'm saying? And he's undisputed. You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. Ain't nobody see, can't nobody predicted that JERMALL CHARLO would have been with Derrick James and undisputed right here in 2023. Can't say you could have predicted that, but he is. You can't say you honestly predicted JERMALL CHARLO making that switch from being more of the boxer out of the two brothers to being just as much of a puncher as his big brother. Credit to Derrick James for bringing that element, that layer, that dimension out of him. Come on, man. Give that man credit, man. Give him credit. Now these coaches ain't going to be perfect because Tarver, you know how hard it is to win at that level. You know how hard it is. So again, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like the assessment is overly critical. Get what I'm saying? You know how hard it is to win at this level. And if you predicted it, then why are you so overly critical of Derrick James? If you predicted that this was going to happen, you shouldn't be surprised. Mr. Tarver, Magic Man, you said you predicted this to a T on your Tarver's tape. You said this. So why are you then surprised? Why are you going so hard at Derrick James? You predicted it. You rubbed your crystal ball and you predicted the fight exactly how it played out, sir. That's what you said? Man, killing me, man. My Tarver didn't say Canelo was at fault for his losses. He's still with Eddie, and I didn't hear Tarver say nothing. Get what I'm saying? He get hammered by Dimitri Bivol. Get handed his ass handed to him. We don't hear none of that. That's all I say. Let's build boxing up. Let's not tear it down. Let's not look for people to point fingers at and blame when it's a loss. They're gonna hold themselves accountable. They're gonna go look at some film. Go make some corrections, go to the drawing board, fix some things, and get back to it. That's what real ones do. That's what you do, bro. You're right. He might be, right? You get what I'm saying? How can you blame the trainer when the fighter isn't listening in the corner? Kev, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Salute to my bro, Judy. You get what I'm saying? Let's stop blaming people because, again, I'm trying to tell y'all, just tell me if I'm wrong. Even in life, the only time you have, when people are blaming people in any situation, tell me if I'm wrong. Anytime, typically in real life, in any scenario, when somebody is being blamed for something, that's simply because somebody in the situation is unwilling to hold themselves accountable. So then somebody has to be blamed. What I'm getting at is these dudes are not cut like that. They cut different. They're going to hold themselves accountable. We know how they move as a unit. EJ is who he say he is, right? So they're going to hold themselves accountable and they're going to get back to it. Again, nobody's going to have to be blamed. Nah, it's your fault. It's your fault. You should have coached me like this. You should have told me to jab instead of hook. Like, nah, that's not going to be the conversation. Them dudes going to go sit down together and they're going to have a real man conversation. Hey, look, this is where we went wrong. I get it. It's only Errol Spence fighting in there physically, but he has a team, bro. Derrick James is a trainer for a reason. He's a teacher trainer. They're going to sit their asses down and they're going to say, hey, look, this is where we went wrong. This is what we need to fix. This is how we're going to go about doing it. Now let's get to it. Do that sound unlogical? Sound very logical to me. Come on, man. We ain't got to blame Derrick James. We ain't got to. You ain't got to. What I want to know is what's next for boxing. I want to know the next big, well, you know what? The next big fight zone, we got CHARLO right off the top. I could think of CHARLO and Canelo, September. Sounds like Tarver got a big ego. Absolutely, bro. Chris was good with it, Chris. EJ could hear shit. All he was saying was, Crawford, remind no cap. Yeah, I forgot Better Beef got a bone infection right in his jaw. So that fight off, Chris was good, fam. Yeah, he got injured. You know, like great fighters bounce back. It happens, man. It happens. Facts, bro. They questioned the Hall of Fame trainer Emmanuel Stewart when Tommy Hearns lost to Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, Chris. Let's give people they just do. I'm trying to spread that energy all through these YouTube streets. And when y'all see me not give a guy their credit, hold me accountable. You will never see it because that's all I do is give people their credit. And I hate to see things like this catch my attention because I hate to see credit be taken from individuals that's in this sport that display the level of greatness that you want in a trainer. You get what I'm saying? Or EJ displayed the level of greatness that you want to see in a fighter. Is all I'm saying. When we get, you know, elite level talent, whether it's in coaching or the fighters, let's big that talent up. Let's build that talent up. Let's show love to that talent, because that's what helps the sport. You get what I'm saying? Let's protect the integrity of the sport. Let's stop tearing people down after losses, bro. And knowing damn well it's part of the game, bro. Get what I'm saying? Antonio Tarver, like I said, you got a few losses. You know how it is. Tommy Fury versus KSI, the biggest fight in the year. Y'all skip over that, right? That sound like the dude that's hating on another dude for his girl. He just, the way he segued after criticizing Derrick James so heavy and got right into how his take was perfect on his platform, and you know how, you know, nobody listened, so, and they won't let him train these fighters. Like, you sound a little salty, so you just go and throw Derrick James completely under the bus. You get what I'm saying? To make your point. And I think it's a different way you could have did that. You could have said, hey man, Derrick James made some, you know, some big, I ain't saying he had to use my words, but I don't think he had to throw him under the bus. You get what I'm saying? I think he could have acknowledged the fact that it was mistakes being made, and it's definitely some corrections that they got to make as a team to get better in any fight. Never mind a rematch, in any fight moving forward, right? You can ill afford to ever look like that again. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's a different way he could have presented what he was saying, and he could have said how, you know, he, you know, predicted how this fight was going to play out on his platform, pretty much step by step. People need to check it out, tune in. You get what I'm saying? Somebody, you know, reach out. He's willing to train these guys. I'm willing to train these guys. But when, again, you out here throwing people under the bus, are people going to want to work with you? You get what I'm trying to say? Are people going to want to work with you with the way you presenting things? So again, like, it say you go to train a fighter and it don't pan out the way you want, are you then gonna go there and throw them under the bus? You get what I'm saying? Because it didn't work out. Because it didn't work out with Derrick James. Hey, let's throw Derrick James under the bus. Let's question if he really deserves to be the trainer of the year. Like, what? That's what we on? That's what we on. That's what I'm getting at. That should kind of annoy people. Like, that's what's wrong with the sport. Why do we tear it down? Why do we find the slightest opportunity? You know, he wasn't successful on the night, so that you then throw him right under the bus, kick him while he's down, bury him, pick the shovel up, pat him, put the dirt on top of him, and walk away. Like, what we doing? Why are we doing that? Shouldn't be questioning the level of greatness this man displayed at their loss. That's crazy to me. That's what's crazy. That's all I'm saying. Because we could do better than that. Tarver, you could do better than that. You get what I'm saying? If you want to train EJ, just hit him up and say that. You get what I'm saying? That's what it sound like. Sound like you want to train EJ or something. Lopez versus Joel Gonzalez in September. Yeah, that should be an interesting fight. We getting Thurman versus Ugas. But again, we could move on past that. I just wanted to get my take on that. Salute to Antonio Tarver. It is what it is. I think he should build Derrick James up and tear him down. Matter of fact, I got a little bit more to play. Let me play this, y'all.
And so I've been out here.
Mike Biggs boxing, my bro. What's good with it, Brody?
And I predicted Smith the whole fight. Go look at Tarver's tape, bro. I know boxing, and they won't let me help these guys. Boxing won't even help itself. They won't put people in position that can make a rub. Where's the lessons? You know? And so I've been out here campaigning as a trainer, and I predicted the whole fight. Go look at Tarver's tape, bro. I know boxing, and they won't let me help these guys. Boxing won't even help itself. They won't put people in position that can make a difference, bro. You know I'm that guy. You know I'm that guy. I did this at a high level, and they know. Look, I'm 23 years in the game. I ain't never been cut, bro. Like, they better stop playing. You feel me? Let me help these fighters, bro. I can show you the difference. Bring one of them to me. I can show you the difference, bro.
Well, we got the tape. You didn't call it. You called it.
I know this game, bro.
I always love talking to you.
Only time I missed was when Haney went over to Australia. Every other fight after that, I done called and predicted and told you how I was going to go.
You predicting all these tough fights, but you couldn't predict Haney and Kambosos? What kind of fight did you think that was going to be? Competitive? You should have known, as great as you are, you damn sure should have been able to get Haney and Kambosos. He couldn't do nothing with Haney on his best day at all. I said it. And I had somebody argue with me when I told him how easily Dev was going to beat him in Australia. The inside word Kambosos this. When he get in the inside, I said, man, Dev is going to take all that away from him. and beat him handily. He'd be lucky if he win 2 or 3 rounds. And that's being generous. And what did he do? He ain't even win 3 rounds in two whole fights. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Even if his previous lifestyle caught up with him, shouldn't have had won any round.
All and predicted and told you how it was gonna go.
Come, Brody, put this man in this corner. Radio Raheem with
Salute to my bro Thomas Hill. Appreciate you, Brody. How you feeling? Say he hate Dab. Yeah, he was on Dab helmet. There's no other fights talking to Tarver this weekend. Every time I saw him at a hotel, I see why now. All I'm saying, Mike, is it's reasonable to say that his approach might be off. And that's the reason people are not reaching out to you or willing to work with you. Maybe your approach is off. Like, again, right? It's not saying Radio Raheem is not nobody. He's obviously established his platform, and salute to Radio Raheem. But he's not the guy that can get the fighters to you. You have the connections. You've been in the sport. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of these guys' numbers or access to phone numbers. Like, you can get in touch with people is what I'm saying. Boxing ain't that big. You get what I'm saying? Say it's a small circle in boxing. So pretty sure if you really want to get in touch with these fighters, you can do it. I believe you want to help people because you sound very adamant that you want to do so. So I would say, why don't you go reach out to some fighters and see who, you know what I mean? Who wants that Tarver tape? Who wants some of that Tarver sauce? You know what I'm saying? He sounds drunk. Tarver go to inner city and find your own talent and make them into a world champion. He got a son, bro. He got a son, big dog. He got a son that box. He's told himself. That's all I'm saying, Jonathan. He definitely did. He picked Camboso based on Kev. I don't know how he got that one wrong. I don't know all the picks he been getting right. Now, I mean, you predicted Spence like this. You predicted this to a T. No, I don't think most people didn't predict it the way it played out. But you got Cambosos and dead wrong is wild to me. Not to say is that Spence was a worst fighter. Every single opponent in Bud has ever fought because he's never looked far superior than any other fighter and bid against Spence. Salute to my bro Thomas, man. He about the trainer hoping the fighter was gonna see this and run up to him and ask him to train. Yeah, he want to train. He want to train. Y'all punch that like button out one time for you, bro, man. Definitely not question his overall body of work just based on one night. You get what I'm saying, Raphael? And that's what he doing. That's all I'm saying. And I ain't coming crazy. Notice I ain't making it a personal thing. Even if he was from the outside listening in, I didn't go crazy on him. Like, you get what I'm saying? I got integrity about it. I'm not going to just go all off on him. Now, I mean, even though we tell some jokes, it looks scary in person. you shout out cuz of. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like, you can't throw him in a blender after one night. He has a son, and that is not enough. Right? He got a son, cuz he do. He got a son. Check gloves in the ring immediately after the decision is announced. Yeah, like they normally do it anyway, Skills. You get what I'm saying? Off of got Teofimo versus Taylor wrong. Miami Kid J, salute, fam. Did he? I definitely got that joint wrong, too. I definitely got that joint wrong. While Floyd training with SHAKUR, Tank is his fighter. I think they still cool and stuff like that, but I think for the most part, Tank is his own guy. I would think 10K was good with it, but we're going to get into that too, and I'm going to leave, we're going to move past this. But again, salute to Derrick James. I don't think you can question him and his level of greatness as a talent and reduce it all into one loss, right? The same way it wasn't any one single win that got him trainer of the year. He had to be successful over a period of time, put that work in to get that. And some would say that he deserved it even sooner than what he got, right? So it's the same way. You get what I'm saying? It took him some work putting in to get that trainer of the year. I don't think you can question that after a loss. You get what I'm saying? You can't reduce his success, you know what I mean, to one moment when he wasn't successful and say, hey, man, that's him in a nutshell. This is Derrick James. He's overrated. You see? Like, and then on the other end, you want us to understand how great Bud Crawford is. Well, okay. So, again, maybe that's why Derrick James lost and looked like the way he did as a trainer, and they lost as a team. Maybe that's why, because it was the level of greatness of Crawford. Say that instead of just knocking the man. You get what I'm saying? You know, look at Charles like he was dumb. AJ said Bozo was going to win. I'm telling you, man. Tell him to train Adrian Broner right. Go TJB. JD was good with his versus David Azabir Khan. It's that off night. Crawford's best. He's just the worst, right? That's what they saying now anyway. As far as matches, the EJ whooping. He would let him train him. Right. Let him train him, man. If you'd have let me train him, man, I'd have had you. Know what I mean? We would have won. Andrew Gray, what's good, family? How you feeling? Pardon me, what you said up there. Tommy said, fighter that was not fighting on virtually one leg. They're way better, look much stronger. Had better balance than Errol. Spence, and they knew this would be the outcome. Spence had no chance. Yeah, I think Spence had a lot of stuff working against him. Outside of the monster that was Bud Crawford on the night. But that's just me. But again, I want to make sure we don't get sidetracked. Salute to Bud Crawford, and again, salute to Bomac. They did a hell of a job. I think he deserved his flowers and his crown today. You know what I'm saying? They did a hell of a job. Man. I think Derrick James just deserved more respect than that, right? Get what I'm saying? He put in a lot of work, bro. Put in a lot of work. And again, his comeback game, like Judah Ben said, is strong. Like, he lost to Tony Harrison with JERMALL. They came back and avenged it by knockout. He had to draw with Castaño, came back, won by knockout. The man is undisputed now. He fell as a trainer. He fell one fight shy of having 2 undisputed champions in 2 different weight classes. That man is great at what he do. You know what I mean? He's great at what he do. You just gotta give it to him. Rick Timms, what's going on, bro? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you stopping through. Finally caught one. Much love and appreciation, Rick. Bud versus Boots. Boots versus Bud might never happen. Bud 135 has no desire to go. Oh, Bud 35. Yeah, I would love to see that fight. I ain't trying to like just throw Boots onto him, but if he's to stick around at all, I don't know what his plans would be. Bud Crawford got some decisions he can make, right? Maybe he decides to test the waters out at 54. But I don't know, just being 35, about to be 36, I don't know how comfortable he'd be with the change right now. Who knows, right? But if he is to stick around, definitely I would love to see him challenge Boots. I mean, why not? You get what I'm saying? If he's sticking around, obviously, right? Whatever he do, I'll rock with it, right? If he go up to 54 and he want to be great up there, chase some greatness up there, I'll support it. If he stay put, I definitely support it. But I definitely want to see him fight a Boots Ennis for sure. Yeah, TD, he was in a different bag, TD. From one of the best years in boxing. I think Hammer Giver, Sergey Danchenko so far the fight of the year. Happy fights this year. Yeah, Chris, that was one. That was a crazy one, Rick. Chris. He lose sight of Errol being an Olympic winner. He has different styles and he can adjust, etc. But now EJ didn't know how to fight before, but everything is DJ fault. It's stupid, yo. I'm telling you, with 2 O's, I swear, cuzzo, it is. But saying he one-dimensional to me is crazy. Super sharp. Yeah, he was super sharp. Super sharp on the night. Man, he was sharp. P. Hunter was good, fam. Derrick James was trying to tell Spence what to do. He just didn't, wouldn't, or couldn't do what was asked. Facts. It happens in all sports where sometimes a team or person can't get right. P. Exactly, bro. That's all I was saying. And that's not to take away from the other guy. That's just putting things in perspective, bro. That's not on Derrick James. You get what I'm saying? He can't physically fight. He can give him the instruction. He's up to the fighter to perform what's being asked of him, right? And I just don't think Derrick James had it on the night. You know what I'm saying? I don't think EJ had it on the night. We talk lightweight, just man. We could talk all things boxing, Jonathan. You all good. Talk to him. Shoot what you got. Think Boots wins. Yeah, man. I just think he's freaky athletic, man. I think a lot of he has the athleticism, fast twitch muscles, and strength, speed, power. All those different things to be step for step with Bud, right? The big question, I guess, will be Bud's experience versus the youth. It'll be perfect example of that, experience versus youth. You know what I'm saying? And see who could come out on top. I just know that, while I really know these boxers, he could be a funny promoter. Yeah, he could, Fate. Yeah, he could. So yeah, man, he has the necessary tools to stay in step. Like he wouldn't be at a speed deficit. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't think he'll be the slower guy, right? I think he's quick, fast enough, strong enough to be in step for step with Bud. It just would be a matter of the IQs and experience for Bud, and if he'll use that because there's not much that Boots Ennis can't do as a young phenom. A dude can do everything in the ring, right? It's just, can he do everything at a high enough level to beat a guy like Bud. And I think that'd be a very interesting, entertaining fight for all of us, man. I don't want to just write Bud off. I think Boots, if it's anybody that has the closest, the best shot, is to me, is the throne in Bud, because he's definitely, undoubtedly the man. Boots Ennis has the best shot. And that's me trying to be as fair as I can. He has the best shot. Get what I'm saying? I don't think a Virgil would do it. I think Virgil was done at 47 anyway, and I don't think he would beat him at 54 either, but I think Boots has the best shot. And I'm telling you, a very, very, very good shot. Mike Kirkland, appreciate you back in the super chat, man. He said that Crawford gave a shot against Boots before Spence, but I do now. They give Crawford a shot. Yeah, right. Maybe an exciting fight, man, because Bud Crawford is a dog, man, simply put. And he rises to the occasion, and he showed that Saturday night. He really know how to rise to the occasion.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your Jusdue.
Salute to my bro Mike, man. Appreciate you. So yeah, man, y'all know me. I like to be as fair, as down the line as I could be. We just got some. That's an interesting matchup. It'd be fun because the areas where ERROL lacked, from a natural athleticism standpoint, and just having that, those fast twitch muscles, and Boots Ennis is that guy. He can do all of those things, right? But Bud Crawford and the experience and IQ, just the craftiness. He's smart as hell, man. That's one thing that I think people might not speak enough about, is the intelligence of Bud Crawford in the ring. I think he's a really smart dude. Yeah, I think he's really, really smart dude. Really smart fighter. You know what I mean? His approach Saturday night let you know just how smart he is, man. And again, it's layers to the fight. It's layers, but without getting into the X's and O's and just giving him his just due, he's very smart, very athletic mind. What's good, my bro? How you feeling? Bug show up every fight like he did against EJ is different every fight, which makes boxing intriguing. Yeah, because if you showing up like that, it's not too many people that I'm picking to beat that version of him. You get what I'm saying? And Bug's the guy we've seen his fights the whole time, turned to more than what he's been. It's because he beat EJ. Now, I don't think he's more than what he's been. I just think that was an extremely good performance, but I do think he's very smart. I always thought he was very smart. And again, this is why he's a very smart rhythm fighter, right? I always said that. And that's what you still seen Saturday night. The difference was he kind of changed roles. He kind of changed his stripes just a bit on the night because of the circumstances, the layers. We get it, right? But instead of being a guy that starts slow, he found a way to get on track with his rhythm a lot faster. And I think it put him, in the driver's seat, essentially put EJ behind the 8 ball, a position that he's typically not used to being in, right? Getting knocked down as early as the second round. I think that kind of made EJ a bit impatient too. And I think that from there, Bud's patience just allowed him, in his eyes, I think on the night, like, again, I think he rose to the occasion because of the how special he knew Errol Spence is as a fighter. I think it forced him to be on his game even more. And that's what I seen. His eyes, he was laser focused, man. He was seeing everything in there. And there's many different reasons why one could say that, but I just want to make sure I give him his credit without taking nothing from him, but not going to overstate it, right? But that win was crazy. To see it like that, it was shocking. 40% of his jabs and over 60% of his power punches, over 60% is scary. That's to me, like, I don't know too many fights where he did that. You get what I'm saying? And I understand that wasn't the version of EJ that we used to, right? But that's not to take away from the specialness of Crawford. But man, it was just tough to see over 60% of your power punches through 9 rounds is wild. Right, absolutely. Right, still a dog, man. Still a solid guy. My brother fans using the Canelo fan tactics. Whose fault? Doesn't really matter. Let that man get a shot. Yeah, he need a shot. Boots is the guy, man. Better in my opinion. Yeah, man. It's just he young. He naturally gifted because as an athlete. He really is. He really is, man. But this Spence the way now, Boots has no shot. And then the same dudes who say Styles made fights. Right. You know it, bro. You know it. Know it, man. Salute to my bro Judah, man. Everything seemed to be in slow motion for Bud. Right. He was seeing things, and Yeah, very well in there. That's why Rick Timms. I agree 100%, bro. That's why I want to see it. Spencer wouldn't want no rematch. Right. I feel that because I don't know if y'all want Boots and Bud. Look a little. Get me in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I've never seen Earl hesitant to punch before. Never. Right. Gun shy. It was weird to see. Bro. It was weird to see. I ain't gonna lie. It was. But for real, he just moved slow and didn't move his head off the line. And this is how you talk about how good Buzz timing is and stuff. Like how he did get that. It was dangerous the way he didn't. Nah, I got you, cuz I got you. Thought Buzz power was power fluke. Now I don't know what to think. Never seen Easy rack the punches like that. And me too. The second knockdown was wild. He threw a hook and got countered by uppercut, I thought. But ate the hook, then threw the uppercut. Yeah, he said he knew from I think the first round. Then he said he knew from the first round EJ ain't have nothing on his punches or something like that. And that's just things that don't go together in the same sentence. Like, he ain't got to be the biggest puncher, right, EJ? But he's not going to be a guy that can't get your respect. And if Bud Crawford felt like he ain't have nothing on his punches from round one, that means he was unable. That's something that element of the fight that he eliminated. He didn't give EJ no respect in that regard. EJ didn't get his respect with nothing he hit him with. Like, Bud just was switched on. He's on. Do you know how they say demon time? That's what that was. First, I'm telling you, facts. He got a lot. He got a lot he can do because he's just a naturally gifted, God-gifted athlete. Robert Garcia said the stacking raps in Vegas is legal because his boxers have done it before. Has anyone ever seen anyone's face like that before? I know it was tough to see, man. It was tough to see, but I think because he was so I think he straightened out his punches. Sometimes Bud has a tendency to loop his punches. Not Saturday night, them things were straight, and I think the fact that Earl wasn't getting his head nowhere near off the line, he was taking the brunt of all those punches. I think that's why the damage took shape the way it did. I think that's at least part of the reason to me. I think them punches was like straight down the middle. They was precise, the placement. I think he was targeting his eye a little bit, like on some, intelligence type, targeting the eye. And like I said, you not getting your head off the line and you're not really parrying, rolling, and blocking. Like, you were seeing EJ get his head snapped back more than you've ever seen in his career. And that's a sign that he was taking the brunt force of them punches. And I think that's what broke the face up like that. That's one of the big reasons to me. He's really good to fear and Ellie voice. I got you. Right. Even though he's been through hell of a chin, right? But this is not Saturday night. Man, his punch resistance looked shot. It was scary. It looked like everything Bud hit him with was hurting. You know what I mean? Bro snapped the uppercut before the hook got there and took all his steam. Man, I'm telling you, and you seen that punch did y'all catch that punch that he was landing under the armpit, y'all? That punch he was landing like under EJ armpit was crazy. It was wild. Boots is an animal, facts. I was watching the fight, first round. I felt like EJ changed his style. Seemed like EJ wasn't trying to fight Bud, counter fight, in my opinion. Yeah. I just don't know. It seemed like he was standing. I tell you, one of the biggest mistakes from the rip was standing in front of Bud. You can't stand right in front of him. And that cost him too, big time. Because it allowed Bud to get on track with his offense so much sooner than he typically does. And again, if he's not fighting from a deficit and you are, that's a dynamic that can really shift and change the outcome of a fight. And we kind of seen that. You get what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was crazy to see. But with much love to him, man, he'll be back. But again, salute to Derrick James. I think he's just as great a trainer as advertised. I just think, he was in there with a guy that was better prepared, a trainer that was better prepared, and they drew up the better game plan and they executed it in better fashion, and they got the ultimate desired result, a knockout victory. You know what I mean? And history is on the side of Bud Crawford, so salute to him. But we're gonna bring up something else. Talk about something else real quick. In other news, and glance at jabs, EJ down right, Thomas. It was very concerning. Jay James and tell Earl, right? Hey, bro, yeah, yo, they wanted them to get in there at some point and just start punching Bud too, bro. It's like it was something he wasn't telling him. He was supposed to tell him, bro. He told him to right. He just had a man that couldn't respond, and it happens, right? It happens on the night. You know what I'm saying? But facts. That glancing jab, it sat him down, bro. It sat him down the first 30 punches, but avocado with didn't affect him out. The first 3 affected Earl. That's where, yeah, that's why I say something was amiss with Earl before he even took a punch. Like, that is just something I feel like based on what I feel like I seen, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. I know a lot of people discounting the neurological stuff, but who knows? But at the end of the day, great win. Great night of boxing. You know, I hope EJ come back stronger, better than ever, man. That's what I hope. I'm very optimistic that they can bounce back. I mean, right. On the night at all, Thomas, against anybody for that matter. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like he belonged in there against anybody, let alone a damn apex predator like Bud, a damn sharpshooter, sniper. You know what I'm saying? So he deserved better. Tank. They want James to say, EJ, you ain't listening, damn it. Sit in the corner. Let me show you what to do, right? I think he just had a guy that couldn't respond. But it happens. But super fights have been living up. Man, and on the low, I've like on the low. I'm just glad we getting them, though. I'm glad we getting them, but on the low, on the low, just on the low, though. Just on the low. Don't tell nobody, though, bro. Don't tell nobody. It was just nothing Earl and his team could have decided right. It was outclassed in every way, shape, or form, and it happens. It was wild. Tarver saying he saw that was coming. Yeah, like how you seen that? You know what I'm saying? How you seen that? But you ain't seen Haney beating the hell out of Cambosis. You know what I'm saying? That had to be an emotional pick then. You know what I'm saying? With Cambosis and Haney then. I got a question, Bud. Is that way EJ looked and performed the same way? How many rounds do you think the fight would have went? This one, 9 rounds. Yeah, that's a good question. I say performing like that or looking the way EJ look, yeah, that's tough. Like if they both look that way, it'd definitely be a decision or something, probably. You know what I'm saying? Decision or somebody. If that's what you're saying, because it'll definitely be a decision. I definitely would be experienced after Ugas fight. Yeah, athletic mind. I think I heard you break some stuff down, but you really be watching and looking for different things, and I think you were able to acknowledge and point out some things that certain people might didn't want to acknowledge for whatever reason. But I think you were able to see some of them things, and some people was able to see some of that stuff from the Danny Garcia fight as well, like balance, like the balance kind of wavering over through the fights. Get what I'm saying? Little stuff that kind of show up big in big fights. Get what I'm saying? Little things that you can kind of patch up and get away with a certain level of opposition, right? But then it's like, at a certain point, you can't do that. So this is crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah, if EJ thought he was gonna show up and bug horrible, EJ would stop by. Oh yeah, showed up. Oh yeah, like looked up. How? That's what you saying? Okay, yeah, showing up. Yeah, roles reverse. Absolutely, he don't last long at all. That's what you were saying. Yeah. Like buffering, yeah, them jabs that Bud had like a piston like jab. It was heavy, like a shotgun like jab. Like wasn't no range finder, none of that. It was with the intent to do damage, and that's a little dynamic and element that he switched up too. That's something that he switched up too. But man, but he's a dog. Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's change gears a little bit, man, because I didn't want to get too wrapped up in that. I just wanted to give Derrick James his flowers, man. I think he deserved more credit than what people are giving him. I don't think you get to question his greatness as a trainer. I think the work that he put in speaks for itself. I think one night, one loss don't define that. You just lost to a better man. You got out coached on the night. Bomac showed the level of greatness that people didn't think he had in him as well, right? Gave excellent instruction, went out there and performed at a high level. They drew up a game plan that, in my opinion, that was perfect. And you had a fighter in Terrence Crawford that executed perfect. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. But Derrick James still is great. Bomac showed, his level of greatness as well. At a level that people didn't think. You get what I'm saying? Dre was good with it. He was the better trained fighter. So he had an actual game plan. Yeah, a lot of people say he didn't have a game plan. But I don't think he had it to execute it on the night. I don't think he had it to execute it on the night, though. Focus on being a comedian along with no controllers. I don't think it was none of that. I just think he lost. Like, because on one end, if you saying he lost to the better trained fighter and things like that, then that's what it is. It can't be he lost to and because of the trainer is this. Is it either he lost to the better trained fighter or was because his trainer was being a comedian? I think it's because his trainer was out coached on the night. You get what I'm saying? I think that's all it was. That's all it was, Dre. But yeah, but again, I ain't want to get into the fight of it, right? I know it's hard not to, but Derrick James is a phenomenal trainer. I think he's gonna continue to do it, and he's gonna show that, right? He's gonna continue to show that, And again, that was about Tarver. I didn't want to knock him. He could have his opinion. I just think Derrick James is better than what he's giving him credit for. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kurt. Like, it's like the popular thing now to do is question the level of trainer that Derrick James is. And it's like people was waiting for one slip up, on a high level or a major level for them to do that. You get what I'm saying? Nah, Derrick James still that guy. It's just Bomac and Terrence Crawford was them guys on the night. And that's just what it is. Like, they were great. And that's where it ends and begins for me. Begins and the end for me. Right, man. You already know, Chris. You know it, bro. Great year of boxing. It ain't even over, y'all. It ain't even over. Look, you get what I'm saying? Still got CHARLO coming. Still got a CHARLO and Canelo coming. Still got possible fights, what? December? You got possible December fights, you know what I mean? Telling you, we got so it's the year is not over. Mr. Kyler, what's good with it? You think that slap promotes a future fight for Twin and Plant? It should Skywalker, because if you ever had a reason to fight somebody, that fight him. You know what I'm saying? Fight him. But yeah, Chris, great year. Mr. Kyler was good with it, fan. And take by my arrow stood on business. Right. This is what we need to see more of so people could be more accustomed to seeing 50-50 fights and seeing a guy lose sometimes. And that's just what happens when you get great fights and people challenging themselves. And what I seen Saturday, I want more of it in terms of it being the best of the best. You know what I mean? Now, all the fights ain't going to play out that way, but I want to see more of that best of the best type action. I got to see it, man. Use potential fights for October, November, and December. Right, Kurt. Right. And hopefully the heavyweights get to make some noise, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully the heavyweights get to make some noise. They got Jared Anderson coming back August 26, I believe. Trainer of the year. And so after one fight, I want to see what they said. Charles B. Canelo. I'm telling you, bro. That's why it makes me LaMarcus. Just seeing this fight Saturday makes me want him to win even more than I already initially wanted him to. We got coming for Tank, Cord Martin, T.O. happens next, man. I would love to know, man. I just don't know what they thinking, like what they plans are. They've been quiet. My guess is Tank been just, you know, adjusting back and relaxing. But any of those fights, Thomas, is fights that I want. You get what I'm saying? But seeing Shakur work with Floyd Mayweather is it's interesting. I'll say that. I don't know what's going to be the extent of their the work that they're going to do, but I do know that Floyd said to Shakur that this is just the beginning, or they're just getting started, or something like that. Yeah, he said they just getting started in his Instagram post. So look, I think this is a good sign for Shakur Stevenson. I think it's always good work. Anytime you get to work with TBE, it got to be a plus, right? Got to be a plus. I mean, he's gotten work with Terrence Crawford. You see what Terrence Crawford just did. He's been working with him throughout his career, right? And I think the fact that he get some work in with Floyd and learn from a great, I think it just continue to, you know, make him a better fighter. You get what I'm saying? I hope that they really, you know, gel and actually put some work in and learn some stuff. But who knows what Floyd over there up to? You know what I'm saying? Somebody say he's just getting the sauce for Tank. I call that collected data. Right. Fate. He like, let me see what he got. I'm waiting on Nello and Charlo kick off press. Yeah, man. I can't wait. We'll train everybody. Right. You know, anybody Floyd, all Floyd gotta do is pull up Cuzzo and they with it. Nobody's gonna turn down that training. Nobody. Not the average person, and that is not. Only 3 fights, 10 should be entertaining. Right. I want to see it. Has to marinate. Right. I could see that too, though. I could see that. Did you see the fight? WBC, the Veronica Rodriguez. Nah, boy, salute, fan. Appreciate you stopping through. Smash the like button. I'm spewing for my pal on White Pickle. This is all good, man. Salute to you, boy. Smash the like button. Sub to the channel. I didn't catch that one, though. Say Veronica Rodriguez. Shakur has been working with Floyd since he was a kid. Michael Anderson. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time he worked with him, but Floyd said this himself right here. So make it at what you will. He said we just getting started. So, you know what I'm saying? I believe he's done work in the past. I feel like a lot of the young fighters, I ain't gonna say a lot. I feel like it's a few of the young fighters I got some type of work in with Floyd. But I think if at this stage, I think the work could be meaningful depending on the extent of the work that they're doing, right? Is this just a good picture? Is this like a photo op, or is they really going, like, you know, put some real work in together, right? But it remains to be seen. But Floyd said they just getting started, so we'll see. I'm just an optimistic dude. I like to see young fighters reach out to talents that, you know, like a Floyd Mayweather or somebody that they can learn from, get some game, soak up the game. You get what I'm saying? And you just get better. And I think that's what makes this young kid who he is. He's special talent, because he's always willing to work, and not just with the name fighters. He won't work with anybody that of substance, right? So I think that's what makes him special. He a special guy. Yeah, man. Yeah, sub to the channel. Yeah, he said just man, where is Boo Boo at? Yeah, man. Boo Boo, man. I don't know what's up with Boo Boo Andre, bro. I don't know. After seeing him on the live with Charlo, I haven't seen nothing else from him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen nothing else from him after that. But I want to know what's up with it. I want to see. He got to get back in there. Yes, y'all sub to the channel. Larry Russell. Which one? Mr. Gary? He's talking about Mr. Gary. I forgot. Somebody just said they would like to fight Monster anyway. Damn. I forgot. Somebody just said they want to fight him. Damn. You get what I'm saying, Mike? So I think now, like, maybe, hopefully, like, it's some quality work, something that he can really soak up and, you know, just take with him. Like, I ain't saying you got to do a whole training camp, and you know what I'm saying? But I like to see fighters paying it forward. Like, and I think that's something that Floyd could utilize. Like, I think who wouldn't want to learn from that dude? I think, you know, I ain't gonna say he old boxing anything, but I think it's dope to see him really pay it forward, man, to any of these young fighters, not just Shakur. He did some work with Keyshawn as well in the video. So, you know, they all around the same camp. So it's just good to see them being able to soak up some game, and I think it does wonders for their confidence as young fighters. The process before he runs the tank. Man, that's always gonna be a dangerous fight. But yeah, I think Gary gets smoked by NUA. No disrespect. I think NUA just too active. Been too active. I ain't gonna say smoke, but I think it'll be fun fight. I say that it'll be fun. I ain't gonna just count Gary out and say he'll get smoked, but it'll be tough, man. Because NUA out there, he look dangerous. It'll be fun to watch. I say that it'll be fun to watch. For once the recipe, I see him. Gary will get knocked out too. Oh, Figueroa, appreciate you, Kurt, my bro. Appreciate that, my bro. Right, it was Brandon Figueroa say it fight NUA. Right, Kurt, you seen the same thing I seen. It was Brandon Figueroa. Right, appreciate you, bro. Undercard boxing, my bro. What's good with it, fam? NUA is a stay busy fight. Is the lose? Oh no! Oh, stay busy fight for who? Man, that might be a career threatening right there. If you a dude that ain't been fighting, stay busy by ass. Stay busy on the mat, bro. Nah, but anyway, a lot of skill, a ton of power. He's very smart and he's very confident. You know what I'm saying? He's very confident, and I think his confidence is growing. You know, sky's the limit for NUA. He's in a very fortunate position, man. You know what I mean? Rare combination, got some real power and skill with the power. IQ, he's a smart fighter. He's a smart fighter, right? Yeah, it'll be outside of it just being like him, the punching power, that the matchup style wise could be entertaining. But you obviously got to be prepared for Monster anyway. But I see what you're saying. I always wish Gary was way more active, man, because active Gary really, man, dude just has some blazing, has fast hands and could box. But I feel like at a certain point, that inactivity, bro, just catch up to you. And then he pocket size American versus Canelo's with Gary versus Monster. Oh, man. With SHAKUR, the old and the young master. Right. I like to see this, man. I like to see it. Tank kick his ass, kick my boy ass out there. You know what I mean? But now that's going to be a fun fight, though. That's going to be a fun fight to watch when it happens. And I hope we get it. Like, we deserve none more, none less, man. The best fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank really want to get some scalps on his resume and get up out of here. I don't think, based on what he said, I don't think he want to be boxing super long anyway. Like, people want life after boxing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that we get these fights sooner with that being the mentality. But I hope, though, because if I can get that fight tomorrow, I will watch it. I'll pay for it. Take my money now. We took out the hard part so you can finish the easy part. And that's where, Fate, he going to beat that boy up. I ain't going to lie. Then he said after he beat him, which will be this year, he said he'll fight like Luis Neri or forgot the other name, man. Luis Neri or Casemiro, one of them. Then he said he'll move up to 126 and he'll look to fight Robisi Ramirez. That's what NUA wants to do. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Because Loma got the movement, the angles, you know, and him in his prime is different. It's different for sure. Take versus SHAKUR next. I'll pay for an undercard. Immediately, right now, take my money. And I'm not active enough, but deserve to pay before he moves on. Right? Yeah, you got to be active with a monster because he gonna hurt you. He gonna hurt you. Right between 126 and 130 deals with NUA, that dude is a problem, bro. I'll tell you what, though. They asked Shockey Foster about him. They NUA. They mentioned it and he responded. Shockey, nice, man. I just hope he can get another meaningful fight soon because I want to see him back in the ring. But Shockey is nice. That's a man that would be satisfying to take out that trash talker. I think, yeah. And, people been clamoring for that for a little while because, they was trying to say Monster was ducking Casemiro. They was doing it. Loma versus the Monster. Man, a prime Loma, that would have been fun to watch. It'd be at 126. Planning a CHARLO interview. We need one. I got Shaky. Foster beating everyone if it's at 130. Yeah, I think 130 is his for the taking if he can get the fights. Playing CHARLO interview. We need one, right? We need to fight out of them now. Joe Cordina and Eddie Hearn high. From the shot, smoke, yeah. I think he keeping Joe Cordina in the top. Get scared for Monster. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, man. I think, that's when I start feeling like, yeah, his weight classes for a reason. Even 130. Like, people make it seem like it ain't nothing, but I don't know. Keep swinging through them weight classes, man. You might run into something. You get what I'm saying? Might run into something. And then we done Casimir to fight a better fighter. All right. I got Raymond Ford beating Foster. Ray Ford had to go up, though. He had 26, I believe, right? Yeah, he had 26, I believe. But that's interesting. Like, style-wise, that's a good matchup. Raymond Ford is nice. I like Raymond Ford. Another Camden made, as he always say, from Camden, New Jersey. So I like Raymond Ford. He said you got beating Foster. Please make Hector versus Shocky. Nah, real talk, though. Real talk, undercard. I hate that my drink all frozen like this, and I want it. It's frozen. Shaky would rehydrate up huge. I have a chance with Monster. Yeah, because he, Shaky really can fight, man. He can box. These matchups are interesting because that dude could punch a ton, can he? Like, it seemed like he's a guy that's just naturally heavy-handed, and the power just seems it's going to translate and transition up the weight classes with him. So it's going to be fun to see how far he tries to push it, right? Because like what I heard already, like I said, is he want the other champion at 22. He want to become undisputed before the end of the year. Then he said he'll fight like Luis Neri or Casemiro. Then after that, he said he'd be willing to go to 26. And if Obese is there with the title, he wants smoke. Yeah, I'm telling you, Fate, it's crazy. It's crazy. And he got the skill and puncher power to back it. It's crazy. 130 is scary for the Monster. Yeah, it get a little bit more, even 126. I think 126 is still one of the smaller weight classes, obviously, but I think that's the bigger of the smaller weight classes, obviously, right? If that makes sense. That's where start to get a little bit, you get what I'm saying? Because you got to weigh in, at 126, but you're going to definitely rehydrate. So that's when you start to get up there a little bit more. So I think that's the bigger of the small weight classes. And then, 130, that's, and 135. So it's like, they get a little sticky then, because now you talking about different guys, different dynamics, punching power, size, speed, combination of the stuff that make you special. You start having guys that are going, I ain't gonna say be exactly equal to you, but you get what I'm saying. You got enough talent where you can be challenged now. Where I don't think you just gonna walk through guys. So, but I think he gonna completely destroy the other champion at 122. I mean, I think he beat the other, the most talented or skillful guy in Fulton at 122. And I think taking him out, I don't see nobody else at 22 being able to do anything with him. He beat the only guy that would have did something with him in Cool Boy. So I think he did it regular, though. I think he did it regular undercard because he had said he don't want it to be no excuse. So he's going to do it the same way bro do his. Valdez versus anyway. See where you going for that. That's violence right there, Fate. That's violence right there. He said Valdez anyway, somebody again. But you know what? Don't aim for fighter 35. No, I believe he's at 26, unless I'm tripping. But the thing is, Valdez anyway is so much more fluid than Valdez. He's so much more fluid with his punches. Valdez go throw a lot of single shots and load up. I got you. Let me pull it up. I think he had 26. Yeah, he had 126, y'all. I knew I wasn't tripping. He had featherweight. 5'7". He had 126, 14-0 and 1 with the one draw, 7 knockouts. His last fight was a unanimous decision win over Jesse Magdaleno that he dropped a couple times. He was whooping Magdaleno ass, man. He's beat Magdaleno up. Yeah, but he had 126. Fake versus Pitbull, tired as dark. Will pack a punch at 130. I think he will, 10K. The question will be, for me, as he continue to move up in weight classes, is how much of the punch will he pack? But I think he's just a naturally heavy-handed guy. And long as he on the up and up, you know, and on the even playing field, I just think he a heavy-handed dude. He really could, Fate. He spoke about retirement, too. I had this little post from him. He was speaking about retirement. It was very interesting, the stuff he was saying about retirement. It was strange. I'm sure his team scary son, weight bully. Exactly. Skillful black fighters. You know people's kryptonite. This I ran before being no shot. Nah. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they saying when he move up, maybe something like that. Fish Grease was good, family. How you feeling? Plus Valdez defense is questionable, and anyway, we'll punish him. Yeah, I think, anyway, activity, and obviously, well, Valdez 130. There's fluidity, man. Fluidity, volume, activity, things like that. Like for think that those things would be problematic for Valdez. I think that waiting for the perfect shot and that loading up stuff will probably get him in trouble. Maybe in the season, yeah, he gets some seasoning. And he just got his win over Jesse Magdaleno, who he put hands on. That was a good. I like Raymond Ford. He's been potentially getting better, especially since the little draw on his resume. Like, he's been working and getting better and better. So I like Raymond Ford, not just because he's from Jersey, obviously, but I think Raymond Ford is very skillful. And he's shown the ability to get better. You get what I'm saying? Which is important for a young fighter, to make them subtle improvements from fight to fight. That's what Raymond Ford has been able to do. And Spence rematch 54. Spence does Bud did him. The third fight, absolutely. Oh, I said that kind of fast, right? I'll say this, P. Just basing it off the temperament of a Terrence Crawford, if that was to happen, I think he'll want to fight. I think it will be a third fight, right? Just based off the temperament. But if age or anything like that is the player factor, then that could potentially be the 1-1 type, difference. But if he was to get done exactly like that, yeah, I think the fighter in him, he'll want his back for sure. Valdez can be scary if he lands. Yeah, that's the thing with Valdez. But it's like, if you catch him loading up, like, if you know his game, man, you know what I mean? He likes to load up. That's what I hate about Valdez. He got a heavy jab and a heavy up jab, too. He'll bust your nose up pretty good with that up jab. I think I was getting them mixed up. Floyd Schofield, this kid Austin name. Valdez losing to Navarrete. That's a good chance he lose to him. Swinging for the fences, not defensively responsible. He might get Oscar early. I'm telling you, Kurt, you might clip him, bro. Yeah, it's Floyd Schofield. Valdez defense is his offense. I'm telling you, and I think at the elite level, you need defense. I think, at the elite level, that can be the case, but to a certain degree, right? With your offense being your defense, right? But I think at the elite level, you need to have both. You need to have your offense intact. You need to have defense intact, right? And I think Valdez would be stuck in between, you know what I'm saying, having leaky defense and allowing his offense to be his defense. And I think that's why the very upper echelon talent that boxing has to offer for him is always going to put him in position to beat him. Like, he going to struggle definitely with boxers and guys that don't stand right in front of him for him to kind of hit you with the shots that he want to hit you with. Our defense is worse though. He got bad defense too. I ain't gonna lie, 10K. And he throw them uppercuts. He throw them Mortal Kombat uppercuts. He bring them joints from the basement, bro. Navarrete uppercuts come from the basement, bro. We got so much time in between them. It's like that Streets of Rage. Remember that game, Streets of Rage, man? Remember the little uppercut Axel used to do? That's how Navarrete throw his uppercuts, like from the ground. He bring them joints from the basement. Boots got to stay active and Barry took damage his last fight. Yeah, man, he's special, bro. Me too, Fate. And that's the thing. He took such minimal damage that he can have a quick turnaround. Boots should be able to get another fight before the end of the year. Respectfully, he should. And I know he'll want it. I already know how Boots coming, so they need to give him another shot. I still play Streets of Rage. Hey, it's a classic, Judah. You know they don't expire. Remember, Axel. Axel do that move where it's like an uppercut. He bring it from like the ground. That's how Navarrete be bringing his joints. Like, what's up? But so bro said, hell with technique. We don't do that over here. I'm just gonna throw this uppercut. If it lands, it lands. They didn't give a damn. Yes. I got Valdez in this one. I don't even know who to pick for real. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I gotta watch some more Navarrete, but he's a guy. If Valdez could catch a guy, that's a guy that he can catch. Valdez could catch a Navarrete in between punches for sure, bro. Because he don't got no defense either. He don't got no defense. My bad, y'all. I can't watch. It's too ugly for me, even for film study. Right, man. He just overwhelmed his guys. He got good pop on his punches, so he ended up getting his guys out of there, or being able to overwhelm and outwork his guy. But I just don't see an extreme level of skill. Although he's talented for sure, definitely has some level of skill, but he one of those guys that. He's been strategic, like he's been tested, but he's been strategically moved at the same time, right? Like so, and I think him putting him in there with Valdez, I think that would be the most dangerous opponent. Obviously, he's been in there with, and this dude got a bunch of fights. So, thinking what he got about 30 fights, Valdez. Navarrete, something around there. There's the deal gunshot last fight. You think so against Blue Nose? Blue Nose beat Valdez easy. I think Adam Lopez gave him the work. I think what won him the fight undercard was the heavy punching. I think the cleaner effective work, and I think he bust Blue nose up. I think in that fight pretty good. He was weathering the storms though. He was fighting well. He was fighting well as he always do. Like I'm not surprised. Blue Nose always come to fight, but I just don't think his shots had enough on it. And Valdez clearly was like knocking the head back and catching him with that jab, that heavy jab, bro. He was catching him with that heavy jab. That's what I think saved him. But at the end of the day, it was a favorable decision too. I ain't gonna lie. But I think that's what the determining factor was. Man, that's the only place they can hang their hat because he was being outworked. That's usually what Blue Nose do. He get in there and he fight. And he was doing the same difference against, same thing against Valdez, but he just was getting caught in between with them heavier shots. I think if he had more on his punches, man, he'd be all right. All Blue Nose needs some power. Right. True indeed. I think that's the one thing lacking from his game, his power. So I think again, he hit the easier shots to obviously see is Valdez, and you know, on top of that, they want to definitely keep pushing him. So if Blue Nose ain't make it like a wash, anything competitive, especially with Valdez landing heavy shots throughout the fight, is gonna go in his favor for sure. For sure. You know what I mean? But Blue Nose always give you a good fight. That's what he do. It's no different against Valdez, but maybe that coddling can catch up to Valdez, you know. But I don't know if Navarrete is the guy to do that. You get what I'm saying? Because again, his defense is non-existent at times, and he has a tendency to have very terrible technique with his punches, bro. I can't get over that uppercut. He just signed the top rank. I could be a gatekeeper. Right. 30-year-old no boxing experience will get TKO to make somebody look better. You know what I'm saying? Give me a lofty check. Leverage issues. Absolutely, Dre. Leverage issues for sure. Right. And you know what's funny? It's like the issues that he had with his like technique and his application to his punches, like he's not gonna fix it. Like they don't see an issue with it, so it's going. Get what I'm saying? He's bound to stay that way because he don't see an issue with the way that he throws his punches. He need to go look, man. He need to tighten up. He need to tighten up on some of them shots, man. Tighten up. But we're gonna see when they fight. I think that's August 12th, so that's coming up. That'll be here in no time. I believe it's August 12th. But we're gonna see. Blue Nose is doing all that clowning. Yeah, I think he was trying to prove to you that them shots weren't hurting, but we know them damn shots heavy. That's his problem. Yeah. I think he just be trying. I think that's because he's not he don't punch as hard. So he try to convince you like that he good. Like them shots ain't heavy, but we know that's Valdez, bro. We know he could punch. It's cool, man. Them shots, it's all right if they hurt a little bit. You don't gotta keep playing to the crowd like they don't hurt when we know they clearly hurt. Someone said every time they put money on Adorno, you prove me wrong. Yeah, I'm telling you, Adorno, man. And look, I was going with Adorno. Or at least I thought he was gonna go out there and show a good outing, man. That boy went out there and ain't throw no punches, man. I said, nah, bro, bogus. Bro, bogus. He gonna go out there and not throw no punches and make you out no fool, man. Say this guy ain't gonna throw no punches. Jesus, man. Gonna go out there and stand there and get punched on. Yeah, Adorno wasn't right. I think De Los Santos' punching power affected him, man, because it seemed like that's the only thing his trainer was saying to him in between rounds was like asking him, mentioning the power. And I think he made reference to De Los Santos' power on like a few different occasions. He brought that up. It's crazy, like that when you see a fighter get in the ring with a guy that's punching like that, and they lack the punching power, they lack the firepower on the other end to keep a guy up off him. It's crazy, and he lucky. Adorno's very fortunate that De Los Santos, in my opinion, got some stamina issues because he let up off the gas a little bit. If he would have pressed the issue, I think he could have got a stoppage. Adorno said he couldn't get comfortable. Yeah, Fate, that power wouldn't let him get comfortable. That power, De Los Santos was catching him. And it's like everything Adorno tried to do, De Los Santos had an answer for. He was boxing very well behind the power shot. So he fought a real composed fight, and it benefited him in a big way. And he conserved his gas tank down the stretch too. Adorno has anxiety issues, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what was up. He kept trying to keep his trunk up. Yeah, I don't know what was up with him, Adorno. I like him. He can fight too, but it just seemed like He just didn't have it on the night at all. Because I've seen him perform much better than that in losses. Like this one was just a bad loss because he was losing the rounds and he came out and made little to no adjustments, and he continued. I hate to see a fighter lose an entire fight the same exact way without making like he was unwilling to take any extra risks. You get what I'm saying? He was basically standing in front of his guy getting teed off on to a certain degree. So I was like, bro, it's getting bad. He gotta do something, man. Carlos Adames, yeah, he said something about did you see the video, Fate, where CHARLO was walking past with his, I guess a couple people from his team, maybe his girl or wife or whatever, and he kind of pushed past this older lady that was security or something like that, and Carlos Adames said he ain't learned no respect from Plant slapping him. He said maybe it's time that he teach CHARLO some respect. So I think he just really wants to fight back. And I don't know if Carlos Adames is speaking that English himself or if he got people translating it, but he responded to fan comments and everything. Carlos Adames is in the comments. The journal was talking to the press. I thought he was gonna come in like King Kong Curry. He had me convinced. I'm like, yo, yeah, he gonna come in here. He got his mind made up. Like he know this dude could punch. He ain't going for it. Nope. Went in and threw it, laid an egg, bro. Still rock with him, but that was a bad loss. Gabriel Flores is a threat at 135. You seen him move up there and get a knockout, 10K? Seen Gabriel Flores get that knockout? I was happy for that dude, man. He really got a knockout, bro. Got beat up by Cabrera. Did he? Did Cabrera put hands on him? I know he took some tough losses for sure, though, Gabriel Flores, but it was good to see him get that knockout. Bro got a knockout. Genuinely was happy for him. I'm like, yes, he ain't give up on himself. Bro went out there and got him a KO. Stockton Zone went out there and got him a KO. He said they gave Flores a bit of... did he get beat? Did he fall? He fought Cabrera? Cabrera tripped him? Carlos won that belt. Let's see. OT. The first 7 seconds and they fight. Damn. That's wild, bro. That's why Cabrera ain't even punching like that. It gave Flores, I thought something was wrong with him a little bit. The way he was getting his chin checked, I was like, damn, this is bad to see because he's so young. I was like, he getting, he was getting blitzed in some of them losses. No need to talk. Like, he going to fight again. Yeah, Kurt. I'll say, like, he just got to pick the right matches at this point because boxing is a young man's game. And the only problem with his fight Saturday was, he was outworked. He just got outworked. I think if he was younger, a couple years younger, I think he stops that dude that he fought Saturday. Because he already was catching him with shots. He hurt him on a couple of occasions. He just couldn't. And he said he couldn't pull the trigger. And that's what I said before I read that article he put out. So it's just like he couldn't pull the trigger in spots that he typically will catch a guy. He wasn't able to take advantage of all Santiago's mistakes. How you normally would. Can we get Johnny Derrick versus Adames? That's who need to fight somebody active. Vargas boys. Dre, I like the Vargas boys. I like Emiliano. I think it might be the best one. Emiliano might be the best one, but they're all talented, all skilled, but I like what they got going on. I like the young boys. Them young brothers, man. Talented, man. Emiliano he be getting some good work in with some quality fighters. So I think they in good hands. But I think right off the back, Emiliano gonna be the best one out of the three. Cabrera gave him a beat, and that's wild. Damn, that's wild. Cabrera out here putting the beats on people, huh? But yeah, the Vargas boy is definitely nice, man. We're gonna cook for about another 10 minutes, man, before we get out of here. I'm gonna see Gabriel Flores versus Puerto Rican dude. Bud talking spicy. What Bud talking about? Emiliano. Yeah, Emiliano is the best, Dre. I agree. I think they are nice, but I think Emiliano is the best. Then I think it's a toss-up with the other two. I'm leaning towards maybe Amato. Then Junior might be the third, but they all nice. I don't want to make it seem like they, I ain't giving them their credit. But I like Emiliano's skill set the most. Sharp, fast, got some good pop. Seems smart. He learns. You can see him learning in there, getting better from fight to fight. Cabrera stopped Gabe so bad. I was like, maybe Flores might be the youngest dude to consider retirement. Nah, for real. I thought, I thought it was over. Seems more dedicated. Right. Or he just seemed like it naturally, like, how you just naturally, how he like the last of the ones. So, he might be the best version of them. You get what I'm saying? Something like that. He might just be fortunate enough to fell in that, that window of just being the best version of the bloodline because he the baby boy. You get what I'm saying? Because he damn sure nice. I like him. Oh, you hear baby boy in the back? You hear him tripping out. Muche. He over there. He probably hungry. He greedy. Baby boy, I got one of the greediest babies in the world, man. We got one of the greediest babies in the world. Say what I think my Pitbull C-level. Well, yo, I don't like Pitbull the way people overrate him. I don't dislike him. I don't want to say that. I don't really care for how he fights. I think Cabrera really exploited some things about him and showed his true level. And again, I said this before, if you're not a stationary target for that guy, he's very unimpressive. Like he doesn't impress when you don't stand right in front of him for him to unload. All he do is come forward behind the high guard. He do that little bobbing and weaving. People stop saying he's not nothing. He's not the Mexican Mike Tyson. He's none of that. It's actually an insult to Mike Tyson because you got to be able to do more than put your hands up in a high guard and bob and weave to beat Mike Tyson, bro. He's nothing like that. I don't care what Mike's. He ain't no Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was far more skilled than him, and not just in my opinion. I think it's a fact, man. Far more skilled than a Pitbull Cruz, but anyway, he's a C level. He's a C minus, C plus type fighter to me. He's just got a heavy punch, and again, when you take him some rounds, that punch ain't as heavy as it typically is early. Cabrera said as the rounds was going on, he kept feeling that Pitbull was getting weaker and weaker, and that's what it looked like. He didn't look impressive at all to me. We were protected by Sean Gibbons. I'm telling you. Oh, you heard him back there. He said it was good job. Baby boy said it was what up, what up, what up. She doing good, man. She doing good. Dre, she over there probably nursing or something, knowing with his greedy self. But she's doing good though, man. And baby boy is doing well too. But yeah, man, he is greedy, man. But that's fair fee right there. But that Cabrera barely felt the need to pick up his hands against his so-called Mexican. Mike Tyson said something. Yeah, he did it for a second, but for the most part, he wasn't having his hands up. Yeah, he was eating them shots. Yeah, man, he's a greedy dude, man. Greedy baby boy. Baby boy is greedy. I can't screaming and stuff while I'm on stream. I'm about to sex trip on him. Yeah, he over there nursing and stuff, getting his sip on right now, getting some of that liquid gold. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time he really cries. He cries if he's hungry for the most part, but a trick to getting him not to cry, is he likes the sunlight. He liked the sun. He liked to go outside. Yeah. His mom showed me that little trick. So he get a little fussy. Go right outside, let that sunlight hit him. He like instantly like submit and just relax. I don't know what it is. He loved the sun. That sunlight, he like that warmth, I believe. And he do it each time I do it. It's like instant. Like he just calmed down immediately. It's almost like a magic trick. I'm telling you, that natural sunlight hit him. But not too much, but give him some sunlight. But he loved it. Yeah, Cabrera was eating shots all night. Wasn't he eating them joints? The ones that was hitting him. You know what I mean? He was eating them. Already allowed on stream. You get him? Right, Zoom? Acting crazy, right? Already. Kello, my bro, what's going on with it? Yeah, but they all good, man. She's good. She's happy, which is important to me. So she's happy. I'm good. Man, drop my drink. 817, my boy. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? Yeah, the sunlight. Yeah, is that I be doing my little reading, so I be known. I does me a little reading. Your boy Jusdue don't mind reading from time to time, but yeah, he love that sunlight. It's like an instant magic trick, yo. That sunlight hit him, and he instantly stopped fussing. The only way he will cry through that is if he's obviously still hungry, but outside of that, that sunlight is like a best friend. I'm telling you. Right, Kello, that sunlight, man. Yeah, man. He loved that sunlight. If he was full, man, I would have put him on camera, but he over there getting his eat on. Yeah, baby boy over there. He out here screaming and stuff in front of the company. You know what I'm saying? Acting like we don't feed him. acting out, man. Either Pitbull likes a punch or Cabrera got a chin. You know what? You know what I think, 10K? I think Cabrera definitely got a chin. I think Pitbull can punch. But I think it's just like any other guy that, once you take them past that 6 rounds, man, they punching power just waver a bit. And natural fatigue. I think he's still strong, but he just loads up. And I think you just got to be mindful that he's going to load up. Like, he's very predictable. I think some of the stuff he was doing, even the shots that landed, I think Cabrera took them well because he knew they were coming, if that makes sense, right? He just knew what his tactics was. Come forward, try to swing a bunch of punches, work in the clinch, which is smart the way he work in the clinch, but he's just not impressed with the way he get his work done. He's sloppy. His fights are very uneventful if he's not able to knock you out. Like, if you don't just stand right there in front of him from to punch your head off his shoulders, it's just not impressive. Like, if you know what I seen Saturday night with Pitbull, that's like if ruining your chances with Tank Davis was a person, there you go, Pitbull, Pit Poodle. Because you ruined your chances, bro. Ruined them. Typical Mexican fighters just keep coming. But yeah, no blueprint. I'm telling you, just don't have the skill set. He tough and all of that, but he just don't have the skill set. Talking about power comparisons, like just oh. Oh, you going there? Come forward and throw hooks, right? And he very absentee jab. Like, he don't set nothing up behind the jab. He don't go to the body enough. He just a headhunter, aggressive headhunter that tries to disguise. He tries to have some patience in there to disguise just how wild and kind of one-dimensional he is. But I could see through that. Like, and he just didn't look good. He didn't look good. Like, he fought a strong performance against Tank and a loss, but that was Tank with one hand. So if you think beating Cabrera up and looking that way gets you a opportunity at Tank, you're going to be wishing forever, bro. At least 40 get knocked out by Pitbull. I'm telling you, Kurt, that's what I'm starting to see too. I think his power is a little overstated. I think he's strong, but I think he just puts so much into every shot. So with the loading up, and he's reckless. He got a good chin too, though. Cabrera was the Tank. Who Pitbull trainer? I'm not sure who his trainer is. Pitbull is really young though. Time to grow. I'll give him that. Yeah, he's young. But you know what? I don't think he'll grow feet because the issues that you see, you're gonna continue to see them from fight to fight. I just don't feel like they work on them things. You know what I'm saying? I think they, this is who he is, right? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna change. I don't see him looking no better in no fights. Actually, since the Tank fight, I've seen him look considerably worse. It seemed like he was a victim of, or he was a beneficiary of raising his level on a night with Tank Davis. And you factor in the guy didn't have his best weapon, one of his best weapons, then that's you get you a good performance where you was able to survive at Tank Davis. But I think that was smoke and mirrors. You didn't raise your performance on the night as much as it was Tank being handicapped with one hand and you being patient in spots and landing some good shots. So you created some good moments for yourself and created some good rounds, but you still lost majority of that fight to a guy that didn't have his hands. You know what I mean? Both hands. So, and then since then you look even worse. He just don't look good. Aggressive and reckless, right? Careless. You get what I'm saying? And he's just lucky that the guys that he's been fighting since Tank ain't punching like that. Because Cabrera was able to touch him with some stuff, but he just ain't had nothing on it. Like, imagine if Cabrera could punch at least as hard as Pitbull. Now, I mean, say if they punching power was equal, like, I think with the shots he was landing, he would have gave Pitbull a ton of trouble. It would have been a different kind of fight. But he's very wild, unorthodox, sloppy. You know what I mean? I don't even want to call him awkward. I feel like awkward people have a method to their madness. He just wild. People want to fight Shakur. Ain't want to get embarrassed. Facts undercard. He already know he getting there with him. That style, just stylistically, the only thing he can hope for is having a puncher's chance against Shakur because he don't do nothing else better than him. And that's just me being real. Skillfully, he does nothing better than him. And the only thing he can bank on, like I said, is just landing that lucky shot. And I just don't think that shot will ever present itself. I do think he'll be able to land on Shakur, but I don't think it'll be often. And I don't think it'll be nowhere near the quality of shot that he'll be hoping to land. Yeah, he ain't got no umph on it, Kello. None, bro. Pitbull Duck De Los Santos. He said no to Ryan, too, bro. Dude said no to Ryan, too. He said no to Ryan, Shakur. It was somebody else. Pitbull been turning down smoke, bro. No disrespect. I don't like to call fighters ducks, but he been turning down smoke. He been turning down smoke. You know what I'm saying? For real. Quite easy as well, right? Pitbull good for bare knuckle fighting with his style. I'm telling you, just want to come forward and swing, or there you go. You got more skill than those guys, right? So you'll be able to be successful over there in bare knuckle. To somebody punch that target of a head that you got. Ryan might be Pitbull. I'm telling you, DJ can improve Ryan Garcia, make him more composed, make him more efficient with his work. I'm telling you, Ryan could be dangerous. Facts, Dre. No, I'm repping my boy all day, man. Bob Arum, I hope he tap out. I got you. I hope Bob Arum ain't, misleading the people. I hope he do stay true on his word to get Shakur a meaningful fight. He said in his words, he called it a major fight before the year is out. So there's not too many people that can give him that kind of fight. So I hope it's a meaningful one that people could appreciate, where we ain't got to just see, even if it's one-way traffic and he completely outclassed a guy how he's known to do, it's because he was just that good, not because the opponent is just nobody, right? That's what I want to see. So you want Gervonta Tank Davis? Yeah, let's see it. Give it to me. Who you talking about, Core? Give it to me. Telling you, but Tank a different kettle of fish, man. That's a whole nother ball game, man. I'm telling you, you got to prepare for that like the fight of your life. I truly believe that. And as long as a fighter understand that, they give themselves some type of chance. But you ain't willing to understand the level of fighter that Tank Davis is when you get in the ring with him, then good luck. Good luck dealing with him. Good luck dealing with him. Don't go in there with no ego, talking about he don't hit that hard, saying stupid stuff like these fighters be saying, all he got is a punch, and you just waiting for one punch. You saying all the wrong stuff. That's how I know you're going to get slept. Like Tank opponents, like you can say what they want. You just don't expect them to beat them. They're not on this level, this and that. Nah, The reason Tank be beat, these dudes be beat as soon as they start opening their mouth about what they gonna do to him or what they think about him as a fighter. As soon as I start hearing that, I'm like, yeah, he got him. Got another one, yo. They talking stupid. Talking stupid, man. Brian would be a bigger, stronger, better Cabrera, and he would stop Pitbull. That's possible, bro. It's real possible. I think we can put some heat on him, man. Salute to my bro Fate coming through with the conclusion. Conclusion. Tarver won clients. He just hit him up for sessions. Shakur working with TBE. But great like Floyd. Derrick James deserves more respect. Absolutely. And Bo Mac too deserves all his flowers today for fighting for drawing up the best game plan of Terrence Crawford's career and the biggest night of his life and succeeding at a very, very high level. Very impressive win for Bud. Very impressive. Great year of boxing. Absolutely. And the dummy's very, very skilled, right? And I think Dre, the ones that don't want to admit that, you get what I'm saying? The ones that want to give him partial credit is the ones that's going to lose to him because they're not even, if you're not willing to accept that the guy you're getting in there with presents a certain level of danger, and you get what I'm saying? Issue for you is so he possesses a certain level of greatness within himself. I feel like you can't prepare for said greatness and you're going to fall short when it's time to go train. I feel like if you feel like if any fight, you telling yourself this guy's a bum, he's this, he's that, in reality, he's an elite fighter, and you convince yourself in your head that he's this and that, I feel like that could hamper the way you train, in my opinion, right? Just because you think he ain't that. So you like, man, he ain't all that. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying you ain't going to train, but you might not go that extra mile the same way you would if you just was real with yourself and was like, hey, man, if I ain't on my absolute A game, this dude could knock me off my square. You get what I'm saying? I feel like those fighters that's able to be real with themselves in those moments are fighters that could prepare for any level of greatness that they might face in their careers. That's just me. Said Frank versus Pitbull. If you ain't it, you know what I'm saying? Let's see it. David Benny start the year off with some fire. Right, Bomac. Right. Absolutely. They get all their flowers. Legendary team is real. About Bud being, yeah, we can hit on that before we get up out of here. Look, 40-0 to be real. 40-0 is a great record, man. Great record. But it's typical Fate. It's typical, right? Because now he proved so many people wrong that some people, I think the ones that slighted him all through the years are the ones that's making the Floyd comparison. And I'm not saying you can't compare him, like, you get what I'm saying? Have your comparisons if that's what you feel, right? But I feel like the ones that are pushing that are the ones that weren't giving him his credit all this time. So now to kind of clean it up, they got to overstate things or make wild comparisons. Like I seen somebody said, Bud Crawford, this Bud Crawford right here beats any version of Floyd Mayweather. And I just with ease, like, I was just like, man, like people are, prisoners of the moment. And let's not forget exactly who Floyd was. So because you beat Errol Spence in the fashion you beat him means you'll beat any version of Floyd. I think that's a bogus statement. You get what I'm saying? I think Floyd is a generational talent for real. I think he's shown that. And that's the first time I've heard him with a technical breakdown. Oh, man, that's what's up. I was over there. I just wasn't. I must have came too early at Kello. I did stop through there, but I don't think he had him on there at the time. I think he was just getting started. Salute to Money Brown. Money Brown TV. Preparation is vital. Absolutely. Key. Preparation, application, and execution, Dre. Preparation, application, and execution. And those things, Terrence Crawford checked all those boxes on the night. He did so well, in fact, that he doubled back and double-checked some of those boxes. You get what I'm saying? That's how well he did Saturday. Right, to eat his words twice this week. Right, he hated. Yo, he's a clever guy. I ain't gonna lie, 10K. He find a way up out of it, though. He find a way to maneuver it. Like, it's crazy how he do it. He's saying that, too, because Spence had Floyd work and sparring. And he's saying, bro, man, EJ look easy. Right. That too. I forgot about that element, the sparring element. But again, sparring don't be playing out how they play out in fights. Like Floyd would have never approached a fight with EJ the way he was sparring him. So the same success that he had, if we just being real, it wouldn't be the same if it was a real fight. It just wouldn't be the same. Like Paul Spadafora gave Floyd hell in sparring. You know what I'm saying? You really think Paul would beat him in a fight? Hell no. Some people are just good sparring partners, good gym warriors. Called it after bet. I'm gonna go check it out. Appreciate that, Akello. I'm gonna go check that out, bro. Be comparing the wrong things. That's what I'm saying, Fate. Right. And again, they just the ones that are like, because I know people feel like that's a bold ass statement. And again, I don't even want to say that they wrong because they can have their opinions. Everybody got one. But I'll say the reason I feel like they're going in that direction with it, because those are the ones that slighted them for so long through the years, not just the build up of this fight, but through the years. Those are some of the people that was saying he was 39-0 and never fought nobody. He ain't battle tested, this and that. Those were the people, the ones that was spewing all of that. Not only now have to eat crow, but they try to do it in a way where it's not fully them accepting eating crow. They try to then flip the switch the other way and, oh, he's this great. Yeah, I think he'll beat any version. Nah, buddy, nah. Keep that other energy that you had for him before. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you see. You know what I mean? People being typical prisoners of the moment, and just, you know, it's easy to go with the guy that you've been seeing as of lately, continuously be impressive and beat guys, knock guys out. It's easy to become a prisoner of that moment and say what he'll do to somebody that came way before him. Like, again, Floyd ain't been in the actual boxing ring and long enough. It's easy for certain people because, you know, people are short-sighted and they forget just how special he was. Like, just throwing his name out there and saying somebody will beat any version of him is very irresponsible. Like, you get what I'm saying? To me, at best, like, you can still have your opinion, but it's very irresponsible because the level of special that he displayed was absolutely one of one. You couldn't question his resume and none of that if you wanted to. If you're a real one, you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like their careers is just totally different. The amount of challenges that Floyd took, especially early, like, he took more challenges early than, you know, some dudes did their entire career. So to just say somebody because they look so good one night will get in there and do something with a guy that's showing you he's very hard to hit. It's just typical being prisoner of the moment. Kyle Sports, my bro, was good with it. It used to be better than Ali, right? And they switched it a little bit. Now it's Floyd. Wonder what's going to be next. You know what I'm saying? Floyd's favorite moves. Read what he's trying to do from the start. Nah, it's a fact. It's a fact. Bud is very smart. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was saying earlier. I mean, and he just showed it, more of that, more evidence of just how smart he is. Fight has surprised out of most. Female versus Taylor. Spence Crawford by far. 10K. Spence Crawford by far. Spence Crawford first, then Taylor, you know, Femo and Taylor, and then Fulton and Inoue last in terms of surprising. Look like EJ ain't even belong in there, right? That's why I said that's the biggest surprise for me. Floyd beat Corrales in spectacular fashion when they fought. When they thought he would be beaten by the bigger fighter. Facts. Remember, they were saying he might get stopped. Instead, he's going to get stopped. And dude was too big, and he bit off more than he can chew, and all this different stuff. Like that one first. Yeah, me too. Spence Crawford, Femo, Taylor, and then it'll be Fulton Inoue for me. That's the three in that order. I mean, we knew Monster was punching. I just didn't think that them few pounds was going to affect his punching power. I knew his punching power was going to transition up with him because it just wasn't that much weight. And if you think about it, 118, you might weigh in at 118, but you're going to rehydrate some. So you're going to be more than 122, right, on the night. So I just knew it wasn't going to be a lack of punching power on his behalf. Boots need to take his turn as well, and skill. Size and skill aren't the same. Yeah, Boots got a combination in all of them. But yeah, it's always a matter of and I think that, Dre, what you asking for is a more poise, more poise and patience. And I think that'll come with more meaningful matchups, more quality matchups, right? That's something that he'll be able to work on in live time and get better at doing. Just pace and not having to, get it done in a rush. But at the same time, I like Boots' approach to the game because he don't play with his food. Now he don't rush and eat his food to the point where he end up choking on it, right? But Boots don't play with his food. From the opening bell, he don't play with the food. Baby boy said, "What's up again, y'all?" I hear him in the back. Floyd be caroused in spectacular fashion. Oh yeah, I seen that. Pardon me. Marquez flatline and man, you know what, Mr. Kyler? You know what I hated about that the most is that when that fight came, I automatically assumed that it was going to be another close competitive fight and it was going to get a nod to Pacquiao. So I elected not to watch it. Man, when I woke up and loaded up my ESPN screen when I used to still watch ESPN, and it had the slow load, and I seen it load up and seen Mandy laying there on his face, man, I regretted it. I told myself I'd never miss a fight, just assuming I know how it's going to play out. Stanionis is a solid matchup. Yeah, that's a good matchup for him. It's a good test. It's just one people can't complain about. He's just too good for Stanionis, in my opinion, but I still will watch it. And it'd be a good name to put on his resume. Yeah, Floyd disrespected Gotti. He was never that good, but show that. I was just good basic fighter, that's all. But a cookie crumble. Some would try to feel like that, but I just feel like when you can do everything, you bet you far more than basic. You get what I'm saying? When you can do everything. And Thurman, the perfect route to get the Bulldog. Thurman would be a good scrap for somebody if he'll actually get in there. It'll be fun to watch him fight somebody that he ever fights will get done the same way. He just should rematch him. Maybe we beat everyone he decides to face. Right. I won't question him now. He beat the greatest even before he beat the basic dude. Right. Seen Floyd reading Keyshawn. Or training, you mean? Yeah, hold on. I got that one too. I ain't just had a Shakur one, my bad. Yeah, I did have that one too. So I have the rematch, see what happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what is ultimately going to happen anyway with the way EJ talking. I wouldn't be surprised that he wants to get back at all. That's the fighter in him. Oh, his bro is just that good. Bud was very special on the night. But even, like I said before, for me, even before the punches started to really wear on him, I felt like, EJ was a guy that didn't look like himself, despite what happened in the ring. But that's just me, who's needed in his journey. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Throw him in there. Listen, throw him in there, either Stanionis or, guys, like he said, Keith Thurman, any of those dudes, until Bud and EJ figure out whatever else they gonna do, right? Throw them in there in the meantime. But I feel like Boots shouldn't have to take nothing more than one more fight before getting a shot at some type of titles, man. For real. I think that's what it is. That's for me. EJ had no bounce, none of that. So that's just what it was for me. But, he'll bounce back. He'll be all right, man. He'll be back, but see Boots versus Stanionis. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. It'd be a good fight. Why not? Keyshawn was over there getting some work too, man. Antonio, they asking for that smoke for real. 35 clock is ticking before he gets Roy Jones, right? CHARLO will be tested versus Nello. Absolutely, 100% he's gonna be tested. And I hope he's ready for the test, man. I think they can prepare, draw up a game plan that will get his man hell. I think the areas where CHARLO is strong, if he's able to apply himself and execute, he can really be on the winning side of history for September 30th. I'm telling you. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be, but it's possible. Canelo is not unbeatable. We've seen that, how he looked in the last, 3 or 4 fights, and it ain't been super impressive. So that being said, man, he might be right for the picking. Get what I'm saying? I'm reading and studying these guys here. Yeah, nah, I rock with Keyshawn heavy. Your daughter love her some Keyshawn too. She love her some Keyshawn. Can't tell her nothing about Keyshawn, boy. Needs to live how his defense can't run face first. True indeed. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I tell people that all the time. That Olympic pedigree with Keyshawn is real, man. That makes him a bit dangerous. Makes him a damn good fighter. We're gonna see though. I like this last performance on the 22nd. I think he did his thing. Keyshawn did. I like the performance. Yeah. Oh no, Mel Friday James, just kidding. I hope the haters see how stupid they sound. Right? They're gonna talk more crazy if they end up don't not pulling it off. All people gonna do is talk crazy. Okay, listen, Kid Austin. I'm like, yeah, Kid Austin is another good young prospect. Keyshawn versus Frank is the best prospect showdown. I'm telling you, Keyshawn gonna mess around and surprise some people. The young scrappy good. I'm telling you, John Ryder touches cheating ass up, so you better fix that. Charlo gonna throttle his ass. I'm telling you, Charlo got opportunity, man, to be successful. We just seen him in there with John Ryder, and John Ryder ain't better than Charlo in no area. He took his best shots and kept going. Now he got dropped a couple times, but he still made it out the fight. That's what matters. So he didn't get knocked out. I feel like not only is Charlo chin better, I feel like his skills are better in every department. And if John Ryder can navigate 12 rounds without getting stopped, I feel like so could Charlo. The difference is I feel like Charlo could put more offense together that would be successful for him as opposed to what John Ryder had to offer for Canelo. He really didn't have much. He's in survival mode from the word go. He never fought that fight in a manner that told you he was trying to win it. He was trying not to get knocked out. Frank is a solid test for the end of next year. I'd love to see Keyshawn and Frank. I'm telling you. Left this month. For August, I think you got what? When is AJ and thing? Ain't that August something? I think you got a couple fight August. You got Navarrete. I think you got a couple fights for August. was Paul fighting the action figure? He fighting who was he fighting? What is it? Nate Diaz. That's what you talking about. Jake. I see the reported Spencer Crawford numbers, 700K. I wouldn't be surprised, bro, Kello, if the 700K is real. American boxer, too. That's Canelo's kryptonite. That's what I'm saying. Boxing and being able to move, strong jab, presenting a moving target for the guy, good cardio, keeping your back off the ropes, not standing directly in front of this dude so he could work. It's a number of little things that CHARLO could do to be successful. You just got to put it all together on the night. I got faith in him, man. I got faith in Amanda. Shadeja on that card Saturday, right? Yeah, Shadeja Green and Amanda. Yeah, Serrano is back. Shadeja Green. Yes, can't stack this slap his ass, right? He probably tried with boxing gloves on zone. He probably tried with boxing gloves on. How you feel about Thurman being in mix? I think if he's serious about it, laced out, I don't have a problem with it because I think he can still make some good fights. Keith Thurman, still in all, he only got the one loss. It's just how much he has left to offer to the sport. How hungry is he really? How committed is he still? He talks a good one, but do he really, really want to try his luck or what? That's the thing. So Keith Thurman just got to be a man of his word, stand on business, and actually fight somebody. Like, he's mentioned names that you'll want to see him in there. He's mentioned the Boots in recent memory. Like, he just was going back and forth with Boots' brother. You know what I'm saying? About fighting the Boots. And they say he ain't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? He make it seem like he'll fight him. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Keith Thurman just need to fight somebody or retire for real, for real. And I ain't a fan of telling people what to do and retire and things like that. But if you're not gonna fight somebody, like, speaking to Keith Thurman, I'll play this before we get out of here. Salute to Floyd for paying it forward and doing some work with Keyshawn and SHAKUR Stevenson. He claims that him and SHAKUR just getting started, so hopefully he can, work with him to a certain degree to learn some things from him. Maybe he can learn a thing or two. I mean, it's always good to learn from one of the best. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. I feel he runs his mouth and not his hands. Right, like he was doing in this. Said Boots would make him a meme. And this is Boots' older brother he was talking to right here.
I gotta see my family by punching him in the face, and ain't no problem. What he gonna do? Give me a black eye? What he gonna do? Give me a bloody nose? What he gonna do? Break a rib? Make me cry? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Man, stop you, man. Oh my. You don't want that smoke? Bro, I'm the nigga that want all the smoke. I'm the one who want all the smoke. I'm the one that want all the smoke. There ain't another brother like this. There ain't another brother like this. You don't want that, right? There ain't another brother like this. Y'all bitches thinking I'm a bitch. If y'all don't recognize real when you see real, then you a bitch. You're the bitch. Fight him then. Fight him then. Fight him then.
That was that. That was Keith Thurman going back and forth with Boots' brother. Pooh, I believe they said that was. So, look, man, if you willing to fight Boots, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. We want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Sports, my bro. We want to see WWE Thurman. Right. You heard what he said? What he going to do? But he just, and notice he only said that because he was talking about what Spence essentially did to guys. What are you going to do? Black my eye, break my ribs, this and that. Yeah, he is going to do that if you fight him. Go get in there and fight him and see. You see exactly what it is that he do. That young boy ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Ennis is nothing to play with, bro. Nothing to play with. And he's the IBF mandatory for Terence Crawford's strap. I don't know if that'll lead to him getting a fight, but I truly hope he get a meaningful fight very soon. Waiting for the oh yeah, brother. Right, Lee Style. That's the only thing I was missing, bro. That's the only thing I was missing. But, man, salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button if y'all haven't, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody. It's been another dope build. We're at the 3-hour mark. Appreciate everybody that's still hanging in the building. Another dope build in the books, man. We're going to get back to it tomorrow. Y'all already know. Our time, 4 o'clock, taking over the airwaves. As we always do, giving boxing is just due. One live at a time. So y'all all, man, everybody in the building, y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Tuesday. Get y'all some good food. Get y'all some good rest. And y'all join your boy tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Y'all know how we do, man. So with that, man, we going to get up out of here, family. Peace.